Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Good evening. The moment that we start, we got 32 people in here chilling, and we're about to get it in. Now, I want y'all to know that it's highly likely I'm going to get hit for using that footage. If you guys could hear it and understand what they said, please know that that was purely me paying homage to Risky Krisky. And Risky brother, if you're out there, yeah, we'll talk. I finally saw that commercial, and when I was watching a commercial, just I wasn't even watching it, right? I just heard it, and I heard the dude say, "Roll that beautiful bean footage." I was like, "What?" Yeah, I was blown away. So that's where it comes from. So where I'm from, people call your head a bean, right? They'll like in slang, they'll call your head like your bean, like yo, watch your bean, right? Like duck, right? Or they clocked you in the bean, right? They hit you in the head or something like that. Um, or somebody says like they hit your bean, that means that somebody like overcharged you or like something like that. Anyway, so I always thought that because Risky Krisky wore a mask, that when he played that and when he said roll that beautiful beam footage, that he was talking about the footage of like the little like thing covering his face and stuff and then I saw that and I was like, "Oh my god, I thought this was way deeper than it actually was." Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I'm sure you guys are sounding off in the comments, but I'm all the way back at the beginning because you know how we get it in. Well, the way that we get it in is to roll that beautiful beam footage. Okay, now I'm definitely getting hit for it. Anyway, that's fair use, right? Is that fair use? It's like 2 seconds. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So first off, tonight Kurt is literally on vacation, so I will give him a break for not being first. Rip Dango was first, brother, and literally he just clicked one enter just to make sure nobody jumped in front of him. So, Rip Dango, brother, thank you for coming in first. I appreciate you, and you're owed at least, you know what, at least a big cheers. So, cheers to that, brother. Congrats, and I guess also like a high five and stuff like that. So, thank you, I appreciate it. And Rusty Shackelford, member for 12 months. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. All you guys are incredible. So Rip Dango, appreciate you being first, and cheers to you, my brother. Sorry, top down. Let's go. Now, of course, going through here. Yeah, guys, are you impressed? I can see your member chats now. Excuse me. All right, and who else we got? Let's say what's up to all the Chena members. We got too many choices. Chena member, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Rusty Shackelford, Rusty, Crusty, Trombone, Shackelford, my man, Chena member. Let's see who else we got. We got Johnny Ba, another Chena member. Good to see you. Thank you for taking the time to join us, my man. Let's see who else we got. Johnny Ba, too many choices. Let's see. Where are my channel members at, yo? Where y'all go? 717 Rider. What's up, bro? Good to see you. Appreciate you taking the time to join us. Johnny Bar Mark Tucker, Mopka. What up? What up? Good to see you. Another channel member, of course. We got too many choices. Oh man, my chat just refreshed. Hold up. Let me go back. Too many choices. Johnny Ba, Mark Tucker. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Good to see you, my man. Appreciate you joining. Another channel member. Let's see. Johnny Ba, too many choices. See, a lot of people, wait until the notification goes out to the small amount of my subscribers that actually get a notification. Ron Wayne, another channel member. What's up, brother? Hope you and Misty are doing well. C&T Designs and Arms, my man, another channel member. We got Agorizer. What up? What up? GOT. Okay. Oh, GOT. Oh, god dang. I was like, GOT gang. What's that? Who's that? Agorizer, another channel member. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see who else we got. C&T Designs and Arms. Hey, John Crump live. Oh my god. Yo, uh tonight after this, I'll finish it up and send it to you. Just bear with me, bro. Bear with me, bro. I'm gonna here's what I'll do. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Crump, you didn't finish yours either. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But I appreciate the invite, and I'm gonna make sure that I get it to you tonight, even if I have to stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning doing it. Hey, Boom Thumb McBangyham, what's up, bro? Yo, Zip, what's up, brother? I know, I miss you too, man. Bro, I've had like no time to talk to anybody, man. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. Let's see. Too many choices. Hey, come on, PLA, another channel member. What's up, brother? Agrizer, John Crump Live, another channel member. ADXR920. What's up, brother? Another channel member. Good to see you. Let's see. Come on, PLA. Yo, Sport Brand on the channel member mobile. What up? Did somebody give away channel memberships? No audio. Stop playing. Oh, no audio on the. It's probably just super low. But there is audio on it. It just says roll that beautiful beam footage. That's it. I couldn't hear it, but it's a baked beans commercial. Yes. Yes, it is. It just says roll that beautiful beam footage. I'm sorry. See what happens when I get so far behind, you know what I'm saying? Like Candlebox, you know what I'm saying? All right, so let's see who else. Dang, Zip. It could be. It could be. Ron Wayne, Johnny Boss, CNT, come on, PLA, CNT. I'm just going through. I want to make sure I didn't miss any channel members. Hey, Jeff Cron, another channel member. Good to see you. There we go, my man, Jeff Cron, another channel member. Let's see, Jeff Cron, CNT. Yo, yo, yo. Agarizer, my man. What's up, brother? Another channel member. Too many choices. Johnny Boss, CNT, TMC. Everybody. What's up, everybody? Let me see. Ron Wayne, CNT, Johnny Boss, Sport Brand. Hey, King Henry 47. King Henry 47. Flying Rich, channel member. Yeah, I appreciate you guys, man. For real. You guys are y'all are the ones. Y'all are the ones. Of course, all the honorable mentions. We got Scott Deep Magnificent. We got P38 Wilberto. We got Tang Tang. We got Gizzard Gary. Gizzard Gary with the glizzies. Hey, Chippewa kid, man, where you been at, bro? Where you been at, dog? Flying Rich Firearms, because he has to come in both channels so he can market both channels to you. You know what I'm saying? Glitter Fart, the most fun name to say, always. Gotta love it. The Armsman, what up? Good to see you. Love y'all. Whip a titty up. Whip a titty up. Ego Death. Damn, I haven't seen you in a minute. Good to see you, man. G23, what up? Live Life, what up? What up? Let's see. Let me go back here. Life Fine Rich, G23. Gizzard. Sipping on that gizzard. Damn, Gordon. Is that, bro? Are you the original Gordon, like the OG Gordon? No way, bro. It can't be. It can't be. Zip, obviously, I said what's up, Zip. Good to see you, man. Chippewa Kitty, yo. Let's see, P38 Wilberto, Rip Dango, G23, all you guys. So we'll go ahead and get started. So I was removed from YouTube, and I was gone for, I think it was when I looked at my previous video, it said 46 days and 9 hours since I had last streamed. And it was due to several strikes. Hey, Duck Glowy, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. I am. It is, bro. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Is that, bro? I can't tell if that's an owl, a vagina. What is that a picture of, dog? A piece of wood or something? It is good to see you, Gordon, Mr. Gordon Ramsay. Great to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. And I hope you're getting through these crazy times that we're in, my man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let's see. Mike McClune, what up? Good to see you, man. Another channel member. I'm here, DLD After Dark in spirit, listening along among friends, maybe. Good to see you. Slim223, what up? What up? Yo, Slim, I got to talk to you, bro. I swear to God, I was just cruising Twitter. I don't know. I don't want to put you out. Yeah, we'll talk offline. Holler at me, man. Maybe like on IG or some shit. Damn, I was wondering where the stream where at. What is it? I mean, am I still live? Can y'all give me a 5x5? Am I still good? Oh, you mean when I was gone? When I was gone. Okay, yeah. So, um, basically, I used to go live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Excuse me. And I got hit with several strikes. And when I came back on July 4th. It had been like 46 days and 9 hours. That's what my last video said. You know, you haven't streamed since, 46 days and 9 hours, which is crazy, man. Like, and that was just one of the bans. There was a ban prior to that, too. Now, when I was gone for the time that I wanted to stack up like some really dope, um, guests for when I returned. So on July 4th, we had Stephen Williford come and join us, and Stephen Williford is the barefoot defender, the dude that saved the day during the Sutherland Springs mass tragic event. And what happened was, um, dude was um, just going and just laying hate in a church. So he grabbed his AR and an empty magazine and 8 loose rounds of ammunition. Chased this dude down, gunned him down, and the dude ended up shooting himself. But I think he was leaking. He was on his way out from 6 very well placed shots from a person I consider to be a hero. So I had him back on the 4th, and then I had Front Toward ATF on the 6th, and then I had Clint from Classic Firearms on the 8th, and then I had Spectre Solutions on the 11th, and then I had Marine Gun Builder on the 13th. And it's like we keep having these dope guests, and I love having these incredible guests, right? It's awesome. One of the challenges though is that like this one of the dope things about the channel is that like we actually get to talk, right? So when you guys come in, and I got like 50 something people in here now, so when I can come in and see like 5 by 5 is 25, quick math. Yeah, very good. I've heard it's 25, but nowadays you don't know for sure, um, but the dope thing is like everybody's got a voice, right? Y'all say something, I see it, I get to chat with you guys, actually have conversations. People hit me up all the time, ask me for questions. We talk about guns, gear, building, like whatever, right? And medical, anything. And it's dope to have these awesome guests, but I don't really get to engage with you guys as much. So, I spoke to a few viewers that I talk to more regularly, and they were like, yo, it's dope to have these incredible people on, but you should do like one stream a week that's like just you, right? Because you can come on, we can chat, you can go through and, discuss, excuse me, you can discuss things with, with everybody in here and kind of do so. It's just kind of a little more intimate, if you will. So let me go through and read some of y'all's chants real quick. Because honestly, when I'm doing I appreciate that ego death. Thank you. Honestly, it was a lot of work to line up just a couple weeks of people, bro. I mean, imagine like for every person I book, I got to reach out to, 4, 6 people or more, and then some that can't come will come on other dates and schedule shit further out and whatnot. And this is just something I'm kind of doing on the side for fun, like it's not anything like I'm not like, making obviously I went, fucking almost 50 days without making a video or anything. So clearly like I'm not, doing this as a job. Like this is just, fun stuff on the side. Hey, Tech Money, what's up, brother? Another channel member. Good to see you, man. Tech Money. Salute, as you say. Let's see. Salute, T Money. Hey, Christy, good to see you. Book through me. Oh, you know what? I do. You're an underutilized asset. I don't reach out to you enough, and I suck at that. I always like, think I have to do everything on my own. I don't know. Maybe it's a pride thing. Pride's bad. Pride is bad. Okay. Nate D, what up? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you, man. So okay, so backing up a little bit. Um, let's see. Yeah, bro, you putting in work. I appreciate it, man. I mean, it's crazy. So in my like normal everyday life, like my 9 to 5, I run a company, but now I help run a company, right? It's not just me. I help run a company. And then also now have been extended the responsibility of running a second company with them. Of course, for no additional pay, right? That's how shit works. and then also run DLD hardware. And now it seems with this BS with the new 7-day stay with the ATF freaking garbage. Now it seems the DLD hardware may actually be something that's going to be sticking around for a while, which, sucks. Like, I would never put personal gain over the freedom of everyone in the United States. Like, I would always, when that uh you know the vacate whatever the when the rule was vacated, I was celebrated. I was thrilled, regardless that would kind of close down my business. Obviously I'd have to make changes and do other things if I want to keep it alive. So, but the purpose of me doing that was to make sure that people could build firearms at a time where the ATF was doing everything they could to stop us and slow us down and attack our ability to, privately manufacture modern firearms in the privacy of our own home with zero governmental overreach. And I believe that's everyone's natural right given to you by God. And, it is what it is. Okay, regular job shining decks, bro. I am a pro, right? I'll send you some deck pics, man. You'll be blown away. I stain them, right? Some get discolored. Some of the decks are a little discolored. Dark was training young ladies today. Oh man. I okay, I was, but that's not, man, come on, dude. Come on. All right, let me look through chat here. The father runs away and leaves me by myself with the kids. Isn't that the worst? Bro, facts, man. The Rittenhouse interview. I'll do that. So I've had a few people on here that have shared their stories of self-defense interactions, right? And situations where they've had to use a tool of self-preservation to save their life. Oh man, you guys remember that one dude I had on that pulled up to his girlfriend's house, or I guess at the time it was his fiance at the time, and grabbed his gun out of the glove box because it was like uncomfortable while he was driving, right? So he wouldn't drive with it in his waistband. He would take it out, put it in the glove box, pulled up to his fiance's house. I don't think they were married yet. I think they were engaged at the time. And he grabs it. He almost didn't, but he grabbed it, put it in his waistband, and he goes up to, like, I think it was the third floor. If you guys haven't seen this, I'll figure out what the name of the stream is and let you know. Um, and he goes to open the door and it was locked, and she had you know he had a key, right, and all that. She had said, like, come in, it'll be unlocked. Well, it was locked, and when he put in his key to open the door, he was greeted by, all he saw was like a white flash, right? And then he was soaking wet and he almost lost consciousness. What happened was there were two dudes inside literally attacking his wife, and they were, stealing shit and all sorts of stuff. And they had smashed a full bottle of like wine or champagne over his head. So he almost lost it, right? He was almost completely incapacitated, was soaking wet. He thought he was like totally slashed open, but he was just wet from the booze, and it just smashed over his head. And he drew instantly. Neither one of them had a gun, but they, were yelling they're going to kill him and all that. And he drew instantly. It was a 40 Smith and Wesson. For all you guys out there, I know we're constantly having this caliber war, but it was a 40 Smith and Wesson, and he drew his Glock 23, I think, in 40 caliber, and hit the first dude in the sternum. And he said that dude, 140 Smith and Wesson round in the sternum, just like dropped. I mean, like, folded over instantly. And then he went over to the other dude that then started to rush him, like, bro, like that. I guess once you're so close, rushing them is almost like the only other thing you can do aside from just, give up and die. But so he shot the first dude, one round in the sternum, boom, lights out, probably hit him in the spine, when it penetrated. And then he moved over to the second dude, boom, hit him in the sternum, and he dropped like a sack of shit as well. Man, that there's also a lot about that story that he didn't share publicly, which I totally respect and honor that. But man, those types of events can completely change your life. and he was in the right, you know? Um, mm. 40 Smith& and Wesson helped with the war at Waco and Ruby Ridge. Oh, you know what I found out about that too, by the way? Chamber of Defense, what's up, bro? Fluffy Bunny Arsenal, good to see you. Chamber of Defense, what up? The folding 40, especially if it's like a Keltec sub 2000 or something like that. Doo-doo, tss. Get it? Johnny Barr, I saw Zanti. Where did I see? There you are, Zanti Misfit. What up? Good to see you. Tang Tang. I'm sure she broke your deck. Don't be ashamed. Many boys get broken decks. Oh my god, y'all are terrible. Um, I keep mine on the seat under Del Taco coupons. Bro, I went, man. I've never had Del Taco. In my area, it's Taco Bell or Nathan. JC9, what up? This haircut is actually like a month old. It's just that I went so long without getting a haircut that you guys are just used to seeing me look like a freaking barbarian. That's what it is. Um, but anyway, like I really would love to have more people on that have had those types of like self-defense interactions. Because man, like that, what an eye-opening situation. Like so many things you do when you kind of review things like that. And I had a situation where I felt like I had to draw my handgun at one time. And that actually, believe it or not, as a 9 mil guy through and through, I got magazines all over the place. Guarantee you pick it up. Every single one is of a Glock mag. Every single one is 9 millimeter. I got a couple 45 for the 30 and the 21 as well, but for the most part, my shit's gonna be 9 milli. Um, Tanya Harding has used a lead pipe before. Yeah, that's right. We need to get some blue Kim light fabric for those holsters. Okay, so I actually talked to them. I'll speak on that tonight too, because I am getting one of their holsters. But I'll hit on that too. Good night, Johnny. Bye. Sorry to see you go so early. We're just getting started. Vanessa Kitty, good to see you. Decks all warp over time. They do. They have a gentle curve. You must have 3.7 ounces of stainless steel in all homemade guns, or it is illegal. Yeah, oh man, you may see something come up soon about something like that. I don't know if I'm allowed to say anything or supposed to. I may have already said too much, but I mean that is old. That's based on the original what is it? Undetectable Firearms Act, I think it's called. But yeah, I'll shut up now. 9 millimeter on the waist, 25 on the ankle. Dang, you rock a 25 on the ankle, bro? DLD After Dark, what's your predictions on how this outcome will be on the frame and receiver rule? Oh man, okay, so that's kind of that's one thing I want to hit tonight as well. So this is kind of a difficult thing. You know what? I'll come right back to that. Okay. Because I was just hitting on something else. What was I looking at? Glock 33 for the win for sure. Got one of those. Love it. 357 SIG is a blast. So I do right. So I actually my 357 SIG has passed the carry test. I will carry that. I will rock that thing. Um for me, so my scenario, I didn't actually fire my that's what it was. My scenario, I didn't actually fire my handgun. I didn't need to. I did need to draw it. That totally changed the dynamic and everything in that situation. So, we kind of I would say in my case, I got lucky in that situation. But there's also looking back on it, there was a lot of things that I did that put me in that situation, right? Like at the time, I was fresh 21, right? I was carrying a gun. I had been into guns for years prior to that. When it's so silly looking back at like the things that influence you, right? Like everything in this world they've these things have been put into place to program and to influence you and to push you to make decisions and life decisions. And man, I remember I watched a documentary called Thug Angel. It was a documentary um, of Tupac, and this is going to sound so corny and so stupid, but just hear me out. So I've always loved guns, right? I always thought guns were incredible. I thought, just the ability, like for all of us to be able to, buy guns, because building wasn't even on my radar at that point, right? And I just thought, it was they were so cool, but I didn't like I thought firearms themselves were cool. I always, even as a kid, like I would be running around my house with like paper towel rolls and toilet paper rolls, like gluing them together, saying like I got a Gatling gun. I always thought like the idea of them toy guns, like I was just that kid, right? And even toy knives, like I had a toy butterfly knife. I knew how to spin a balisong like a mofo before I even had like an actual butterfly knife. But you were right. They're cool. They are cool. They're a blast. No pun intended. Doo-doo-ts. So anyway, I saw this portion of the documentary Thug Angel. This is when I just turned 18. I mean, I was fresh 18, and I was watching it, and I was listening to Tupac. So Tupac was also a poet, right? He didn't just write music. He was a poet, and there's a book. I think the book that he did was "The Rose That Grew in the Crack in the Concrete" or something like that. Not really into poetry, but he was a multifaceted talent, and he was the type, like, he conveyed, like, passion and everything. He did, an interview, like, I was watching this interview where this chick was like, "Why do you carry a gun?" And he's like, "Bitch, I'm carrying a gun right now." And she was like, "Oh my gosh." And he's like, "I'm carrying 2." And he pulls out 2 Glock 26s from his waistband, and, he just, like, had this, like, energy and, this passion he conveyed in everything that he said, and it was just, like, it just kinda drew you in, right? And, I always loved, "Hey, more Beta Prince, member for 14 months, hell yeah. On a Caribbean cruise, I'm so naked without my EDC." Oh, yeah, that's tough, man. I've been to, uh I've been to Barbados, that shit was a blast. I actually got married out there. Yeah, fun times when you're married forever, not fun times when you get separated. Clint Eastwood, what up? The rose that grew from the concrete. Yeah. The principle, the concept is dope, right? But so hear me out. So he goes on this rant, and I mean it's a good rant, right? Like not like in a negative way. He went on this rant, and first he shot a Mac 10 with like one of those I mean it's a barrel extension, but it gives you the ability to like use it as a hand guard basically, right? And the uh the Mac 10, he runs through a 30 round mag, gets a Mac 11, runs through a 30 round mag, gets an SKS with a drum mag, and just dumps 75 rounds like nothing. And you can see this thing barking and throwing fireballs. And he sits down and he has a conversation, and he's like, "Look, like this is," and this is my first like real outlook on the natural rights that are given to us by our creator, right? Not by government. It's not a permission slip signed by government. Like this, you are born with the right of self-preservation regardless of what it is. It doesn't matter. The tools don't matter. That's why all this bullshit with people getting caught up on what the tools are, the capabilities of the tools, and if they're semi-auto or whatever, like that's none of anyone's fucking business. And there should be no governmental organizations whose literal job is to strip you of your natural rights. Like, but alas, here we are. Anyway, so he sits down and he has this conversation about um the only true equalizer is the ability to own and use firearms, right? And they had mentioned something about like, well, this is California. You have an SKS with a 75 round drum. You got a Mac with a 30 round mag and a Mac 11 with a 30 round mag and all this. And like, are those even legal? And he was like, basically, like that doesn't matter because even if the police try to come get me, imagine them trying to come get me with me sitting behind the door with that SKS with that 75 round drum. And it was like, oh, like that changes the dynamic pretty quickly. Right now, I'm not advocating for, violence at all. I actually, uh, am not about violence at all. I think uh, having the ability to look at some of these situations we've talked about and kind of study violent interactions and when people use firearms for like self-defense and self-preservation, I think that's important because that gives us the ability to utilize someone else's situation, even if it's terrible. And I'm sorry to sound like this, but it gives us the ability to study what happened and what they could have done, and what basically, what do they call it? Like backseat driving, Monday morning quarterback type shit. But anyway, yeah, rule number one: be kind, right? Uh, and also make sure you have the capability of depositing precious metals into somebody's forehead if needed. So anyway, when I heard him say that, and he was like, "This is my equalizer for dudes on the street. This is my equalizer for the government. This is my equalizer, for the police, for anyone. Anyone comes and gets me, it is up to me to choose whether I'm gonna, use these tools or not." And it just kind of gave me a different perspective. And I was like, you know what? I need to take advantage of the rights that were given to me by my God, right? At 18, give me a reason to go buy an AK, right? So that's actually exactly what I did. That day, I went to the gun shop. Now, at this time, we're talking like, I mean, AKs were going for 300, 350, right? ARs were going for 800, 1,000. So, you know what, man? Fuck this. I'm so tired of sitting down, man. Let me see. I think, I think I could. Let me see if I can set this up to stand, man. Y'all will get so much of a better show from me if I can stand. Hold on. Oh, I think it's working. I think it's working. RIP to $600 Vepers, bro. Tell me about it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I think it's working. Hold on. We about to stand up in this bitch. Hold on. Hey. Oh, not too far. Not too far. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I think. Oh, oh, that's scary. Hold on. We in here. Hold on. Oh, standing desk on tap. On tap. Oh yeah. Oh, this is dope. Okay, hold up. Oh, what a game changer, bro. All right, let me kick my helmet over here. Get out of here, helmet. I don't need you right now. I don't even have nods. Okay, okay. Hold up. We're almost there. Got the crank table. What up? What up? He said we up in this bitch. Oh man. Greetings, perpetrators. Okay. All right. We about to do this right here. Hold on. I don't want to crank it too high and then have the shit fall down. Okay. All right. I think that's good. Whoa. Dude, this is trippy. This is trippy. Okay. So basically when I heard how passionately he, conveyed this message, I was like, bro, this is like I'm digging this. I need to take this and I need to go actually put it into I need to go do something about it. So what I did is I went to the local shop and I found a Wasser 10, Wasser 1063. It was a 339 or $49 AK. Came with like three mags, the whole kit and caboodle, right? And I also bought a Remington 870, but this was a special Remington 870. This was the Remington 870 with the metal fire control group, trigger group, whatever. It had the Terminator overfolding for law enforcement only stock, and it had a wooden handguard. It was exactly in the plus two or plus three extension. It was exactly like the same shotgun that was used at the end of Terminator 2 when what's her name was when Sarah Connor was shooting at the T 1000. And I mean, I fell in love with it. The dopest thing though, because that was right after the um, 94 to 04, excuse me, the 94 to 04 assault weapons ban had ended. So to have a stock that was, you know, for law enforcement only milled on that thing, it was so dope. And I actually rebuilt that later on in life, or built, I reassembled one to match it later on in life. But my AK underfolder was 450 when I got it. Yeah, mine was 550. It's a Polish. I mean, it is um man, it's yeah, it's fire. That thing is like the best Polish import I have ever seen from Century. That's the only reason I dropped 550 on an AK. Um, but anyway, when I bought those 2 things, I felt, I mean, you have all these other influences in your life, right? Like, I think a lot of the bullshit that we're fed, whether it's from music or from TV or from commercials or from alt media like YouTube and all this shit, some things kind of stick with us, right? So, I had the Tupac thing and shit from music and Glock this and AK that, and no one was really rapping about ARs back then. It was all about AKs and whatever, and of course Glocks. Those were huge. And when you're looking at like the music scene and all that shit, the hip hop scene, and I fell in love. So those 2 firearms, the Wasser 1063 in 7.62 by 39 and the 12 gauge Remington 870 with that beautiful overfolding stock. I fell in love with that thing. Dude, those were like my first off, they were the first 2 legal guns that I purchased. And it changed my perspective on everything because a lot of times those mofos were in the trunk. I needed to transport them from place to place, and it it ge- so there's a couple things here. When have you guys ever seen somebody where you've been like, oh yeah, I carry a gun or I carry a handgun or whatever, and they're like, oh, I couldn't carry a gun because of road rage or because I would shoot somebody or like whatever. Like they don't even have the ability to remain calm enough not to shoot anyone, right? Even though I did some stupid shit when I was younger, this gave me the ability to exercise discipline and know that if I get into a situation, some small disagreement could turn into a fatal situation, right? If a gun is introduced. So it actually kind of changed my perspective and it made me more responsible because you need to exercise that discipline. You need to, not be a dirtbag. You need to not get into these kind of disagreements and altercations and road rage or whatever, because who knows if somebody whips out a bat or a knife or something, that boom, that's a fatal situation right there. And so anyway, so that kind of shifted my perspective on that, where I think some young men, when they're 18, they get access to firearms or access to lawful firearms, and they may do some reckless shit, or they may do something that changes their life forever. They regret or whatever. But the reality is that it kind of had the opposite effect on me. It was just like I became a little bit more responsible because it made me more aware. Now, it still may have taken a couple years to really set in, right? But um, it I just got into guns, like, back then, when you went shooting, like, as soon as we went shooting, we would all come back to my guy's house, and we would have, like, one of my boys, um, man, RIP, brother. Um, we would go back to one of my guys' house, and, we would do, like, a gun cleaning session, right? And all of us would break down our guns, and I remember learning so much about, like, bro, don't use regular ass screwdrivers on, really nice high-end gun screws, and don't like everything was flatheads back then. Like nobody was using Torx, nobody was using Allen key. Like, I mean, there was some shit, that was tightened down with Allen keys and shit, but for the most part, like you're just looking for any flathead that'll fit. And we would all clean our guns. Like we didn't know that, like, you don't have to clean your guns after every use. So it was just kind of funny, but it taught me so much. Like I'm sitting here, breaking down a 12 gauge, breaking down an 870, and looking at like, okay, how do I take the action arms out? How do I take the pump off? Right? Like, taking needle nose pliers, shoving them in there and like trying to, on my lap, like roll the castle nut thing out. Like I learned so much, and it's kind of put me on a path to, obviously I purchased other things in the future, and that's, why I'm, sitting on what I'm sitting on now. I mean, there's so many guns that like I haven't even been able to show you guys or do shorts or videos on, and pretty soon I'm gonna have access to a place where I can shoot, so you guys can actually see me out shooting and doing more. I'm working on that now, but it brought me to when I was 20. I was a couple months away from turning 21, and everyone comes to you and they're like, "Yo, Dark, like." What bottle do you want when you turn 21? Like, where do you want to drink when you turn 21? Where I'm like, bro, all I want to do, let me bring this up a little bit. I'm like, all I want to do is buy a handgun. I don't care about anything else. I just want to buy a handgun that's kind of my mindset when I turn 21. So I went into a gun shop. I knew all the guys there because when I was like 16, 17, 18, I would go in there like, yeah, I'm looking for a Glock 17 holster for my dad, you know? So I got to know all those guys. Need some extra mags for my dad's Glock. Um, anyway, so um, at 21, I went in there and I was like, hey, would you guys do me a solid? What I would like to do is I want to pick out a handgun and I want to pick out a handgun. I want to pay for it, right? Like I want to, pay it off. And then that way, when I turn 21, I just walk in the door, do the background check, and boom, I'm done. I can walk out when obviously I'm gonna did the 4473, the background check, and all that shit. Um, but it led me to like I'm looking at all these different guns, and everyone's like, "Oh, you need a Glock 19, right? Oh, you need a 1911. You need this and that." And really, at that time, it was, "Do you want a Glock? Do you want a 1911? Do you want a Sig? Or any other gun that's a piece of shit, right?" I mean, the Beretta would have been a good option too, but I landed on a 1911. Now, this wasn't just any 1911. This was the Dark in the Wild. Um, we all know guns are self-cleaning. Bro, I have not cleaned my Beretta, the M9A3. I have not cleaned it once. I've been running that thing out. I mean, I probably only got like 1,000 rounds through it, but I'm not cleaning it. I'm carrying it. I'm not cleaning it. Shooting it. Not cleaning it. I'm gonna see how long I can let that go without cleaning it at all. I've done like 4 sessions of about 300, so probably like 1,300 rounds. But that's baby shit. That's nothing. Um, so basically it was like you can have a Glock, you can have a 1911, you can have a Sig, and anything else you get is a piece of shit. It'll break, right? I don't even think M&Ps were out at that point. Maybe they were just coming out. But either way, I landed on a Springfield mil spec 1911, and the reason that I did was because it was used, but it was barely shot at all. And I think the Punisher movie had recently come out, and he had those 1911s with the comps and the magwells, and they were just gorgeous guns, right? So I found this Springfield mil spec that was Parkerized, but it had the comp on there, same comp. I swear to God, same comp from the movie. I don't remember what brand it was, but it was already done. It was already installed, and it had all stainless controls. So stainless, slide stop or slide release, whatever. Stainless safety, stainless hammer, stainless beaver tail, stainless magwell, stainless. The barrel was stainless. All sorts of shit that was done. And I when you're looking at shit that's cool back then, it's not necessarily shit that's cool now, right? But I wanted pearl grips on it. So I bought a pair of those Ajax pearl grips, and shout out to the dude at the shop because he was like, yo, like you can't put these on this because these grips don't have room for the ambi safety. So this dude kept them for an extra few days, dremeled them out for me by himself. This is pre-dremel for me, okay, right? This is pre-building, pre-assembly, pre-dremel, like this was when Dark was first 21, okay? And I used to tinker with shit too, but not like that. Um, this is before rotary tools and before I got into rotary tools. And the dude dremeled them out for me, put them on, so I had a huge ass 1911 mil spec with a magwell, ambi controls, compensator with a 10 round Wilson mag in that bitch, and I would IWB that thing in my appendix area. And holy shit, if I learned how much of a pain in the ass it was to carry a big ass gun like that with the wrong belt, the wrong holster, the wrong everything. And I was like, man, carrying a gun sucks, like, no, carrying a gun doesn't suck. Carrying a gun with the wrong holster, inappropriate, mag, all that shit, it just kind of threw me off. So I ended up selling that, even though I shot it like a champ. I could literally like drive nails with that shit. It was accurate as hell. Loved it. But I ended up a General George Patton fanboy. I ended up selling that, and then I bought a Glock 26, and that was my intro into like true concealed carry. Got my permit, and all that stuff. Got my good boy permission slip to carry a concealed handgun. Um, and it just put me on that path, first off of Glocks, right? Of like being fascinated with how simple they are, and how, because like looking at how complex the 1911 was compared to the Glock, it just like intrigued me. So I was like, poking the trigger housing out and swapping shit, and just that kind of started like my you know curiosity into Glocks and that platform. And then you start changing things, upgrading things. Then I went to a Glock 23, and that was the gun that I drew to stop somebody from stabbing me. HK doesn't totally suck. I'll tell this story, then I'll go back to the chat. I'm sorry, I'm running my mouth so much. I think that's why you're here, to listen to me run my mouth, but hey. So, and to talk to each other. Of course, you guys talking amongst each other is the other coolest thing, because y'all say some of the funniest shit. It is hilarious. Okay, so at that time I was in my early 20s, and I was like starting to like unaffiliate with like the dirt bags, and not really hanging out late drinking. I basically like quit drinking when I turned 21 after years and years of drinking. And I would just have a beer or two here and there. But anyway, I got a call from one of my, not even a friend, right? Like a guy that I knew pretty well. We would hang out every now and then, and he hit me up and he was like, "Yo, I'm going to this party, and I'm gonna be like the only one there. Like, I don't really know many of the people there, so will you roll with me?" And I was like, "Bro, I'm on my way home. I'm done. I'm not going out. Whatever." And anyway, he talked me into it. So number one, shouldn't have done that. You tell me you're going somewhere where you don't know anybody. Skirt. Nope, not doing it. I do not fucks with people I do not know. So that's one thing. Um, you're telling me that we're gonna lock ourselves in a house with a shitload of people that we do not know, and I'm armed and people are drinking, and like, nah, not good. Plus, like, man, we used to get in hella fights back in the day. um I hear that Luger P08 aftermarket was great back in the day. Man, I would love to have some shit like that, or like a broom handle Mauser, something like that. But the actual like machine gun broom handle Mauser, that thing would be fire. Probably the closest thing I'll be able to get to that is like an airsoft Mauser or something like that. I was watching Peaky Blinders, and dude busted out a freaking Mauser and pulled it out the wood stock, and then clicked the stock on the back. I was like, dude, that is so fire, right? Anyway, so he called me. He ended up talking me into it, and I was like, all right, you know what? I'll roll with you, whatever. I'll go for like an hour, two max. Okay. He's like, all right, cool. So met him there, met him outside. It was an apartment party, and go in. He meets me at the door. We walk in, and I swear to God, within like 10 seconds of me walking into the door, I had walked in the door, busted a right, and there were people all over the place, right? It was like a little two-bedroom apartment. And the first thing I saw through the hallway, I walked this way. The first thing I saw through the hallway was this black dude with his shirt off. He had a wife beater on, but his shirt off, wife beater on, and this dude was just running his mouth to everyone, super agitated. And when I had walked in and walked to the right, he turned to me, because I'm not a small guy, right? Um, I can't sneak in a room very well. All right. Like I'm 6 feet tall. I'm freaking, 250 over 250, almost 260. Like I'm not sneaking by anyone, unless I roll up behind you with the can on the bam bam. You know what I'm saying? Chukun, chukun, chukun. Just kidding. Anyway, so I roll in there and this dude is super agitated, yelling at a bunch of dudes in the kitchen, like through the like corridor or hallway area. It's kind of like living room, dining room, kitchen, and then you aren't small. That's true. Anybody here that's met me in person, I'm not a little guy. So sorry. Usually I mute when I hit my vape. My bad. So he literally turns to me and he's like, "And who is this motherfucker?" And he starts running his mouth. And I'm like, "Bro, I ain't got no problem with you. Come on." And he starts running his mouth some more. At this point, I'd sat on the couch next to my boy, and I was like, "Bro, go back to talking to the last dude you were talking to. I got no problem with you, whatever." And he left me alone. And then he comes around the other way, starts talking shit to everybody on the way, and he focuses on me, right? And I'm just totally passive, not giving him any attention. I'm just like, bro, I ain't got no problem with you, whatever. But also knowing that, like, I may have to throw hands with this dude. And for anybody that carries a gun and they're like, if someone punches me, I'm going to draw my handgun. Like, that is some vagina ass shit. If someone punches you, you're gonna draw your handgun. If someone gives me ordinary force, I'm gonna match it with lethal force. Like, what? No. If someone punches you, you throw fucking hands like a man, right? You just make sure that your holster, your belt, and all your shit is good to where if you needed to, you can fight, you can run, you can jump a fence, you can do whatever you need to do to make sure that your gun stays in your pants during any situation, right? But know that if you fight somebody with, while you're carrying a handgun, that situation that is ordinary force can turn lethal like that. So, be aware. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents. Okay. If you're going to draw your shit on somebody that, meets you with ordinary force, that's some pussy shit. I'm just saying. Anyway, so knowing that I may get into a situation with this dude, he was just starting to go at it, right? And then he starts walking away. He's kind of like going around the room giving it to everybody. He focused on me for a bit. I told him like, "Yo, go back with your little friends back there," right? And after a while, I stood up and I was like, "Yo, take that shit somewhere else." And this dude starts to charge me. So at this point, I put my strong foot back and I'm like, "Oh shit, it's about to go down." And two of the other dudes that were there grabbed him, straight up came behind his underarms, grabbed him, brought him to the door, literally opened the door and physically threw him out. I mean, the dude fell on the ground, okay? Totally humiliated. Like the dude was launched out of the door, and this is a garden style apartment with three rows of steps you got to get up to, right? And the dude he was with, his little tiny scrawny white dude he was with, was like, "Yo, that's my guy, that's my boy, I'm so sorry, I had no idea he was going to be like this. I'm so sorry." He apologized to everyone, shook my hand and all that, and then went out with them. So I'm watching. I see them go off in the parking lot, and they kind of walk away and just disappear. And I looked at my boy, and I was like, "Yo, the moment that the coast is clear, we're out of here, gone." Because this is the exact type of shit that I did not want to happen, right? And you should be able to do a backflip on the dance floor without stuff flying out per new FIB regs. Yes, yes. Um, so I told him, I was like, "Yo, the moment that the coast is clear and shit's legit, we're out of here. I'm not sticking around." Like, it was almost like one of the situations where in his head I was like, "Yo, that dude was probably like, I'll be right back," right? So I was like, "I'm not sticking around for that shit." But I also didn't want to walk out in the parking lot while dude just got physically ejected from the party. So the dude got thrown out. His boy walked out. I see them walk out to the parking lot. I'm looking out the window. They walked away and they're gone. So I tell my boy the moment that the coast is clear, we're out of here. 10 minutes later, look out the window, don't see anybody. I'm looking like, scanning, looking at cars, looking all that shit. And I did not have anywhere near the awareness that I have now, right? So, I mean, we're talking like this was more than 15 years ago. And I tell him, I'm like, yo, coast is clear, let's bounce. He's like, all right. So we go outside. I mean, I barely said bye to anybody. We walk out the door, walk downstairs, and we're walking down the long steps. Now, every row of steps you go down, there's like a little, almost like a balcony you can look over and look out, right? Look out, I didn't see anybody in the parking lot. Go down another row of steps. Look out again, didn't see anybody. Come down the last one. The moment we walk out to the stoop on the ground level, I see the dude pop up from behind a car, and he starts yelling and screaming obscenities and shit. He walks over to a street sign and grabs it, and he's like yanking it and yanking it. And he's like, "Arr!" Like Hulk mode, grabbing the street sign, going crazy. And he actually starts to get some serious movement on it. I'm like, yo, this dude is berserk, right? And then the little white guy that was with him runs up, and I'm like super sketched out. And he's like, yo, I'm so sorry. I'm going to do what I can to get him out of here. And he walks past us and walks back upstairs. And he said he was going to get the homeowner, right? A few minutes later, he comes back downstairs, and the dude the whole time is like yelling and screaming and whatnot, but he's staying back there. We're talking like probably, I don't know, 25, 30 yards away. The dude comes out of the apartment, the little scrawny white dude comes out, and he was like, I got the chick, whatever. And I told her what was going on. And me and my boy are just standing on the stoop there, like, what the fuck? If I walk out into the parking lot, I'm gonna be like, 10 to 15 yards away from the guy, and that's where I got to go to get to my car. So I'm talking to my guy. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, we're gonna have to square up with this dude or something. Well, I didn't notice the white kid that had walked past us. First mistake right there. He went into the house and he got a kitchen knife from the butcher block, brought it out, walked it over to the guy, walked behind the car, handed it to him. And I didn't notice that at the time, but looking back on it, it made more sense because the moment that the white kid went behind the car and they passed something off, the guy rushed out from behind the car and started walking towards us. And I start saying like, "Yo, you sure you wanna do this?" Like, like, I'm thinking we're gonna, have a fist fight, right? And, he keeps coming, and probably, like, 20 yards out, maybe 15 to 20 yards out, I see the shine of the blade. He had it tucked behind his arm, like jailhouse style. Now this also looking back on it in retrospect, if somebody was trying to scare somebody with a knife, like, they would have it like they'd be holding it like this, right? They would be wanting to intimidate the person with a knife, like, "Blah, blah, 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 blah. I'm mad and scary and whatever." This dude had it swoop like this, walking with it like that, and at the last second, because it was like the big ass, like, not the cleaver, the chef's knife, I saw the shine of the blade, and this dude was approaching us, locked in on me. So the moment I saw that he had a blade behind his arm like that, I drew it was a Glock 23 back when I believed in 40 cal. Um, right now, nowadays, you're only gonna catch me with that non-milli. Just saying. So anyway, so this dude uh is walking towards me. I draw at a Glock 23, like the 3 o'clock strong side area of my hip, and I drew and I just started yelling at him, commanding him, "Stop, stop, I will fucking shoot you. Stop." He didn't stop. I'm like, "Yo, stop, I will shoot you in the fucking face. Drop the knife, stop, I'm gonna shoot you." And I'm yelling it. The loudest I have ever yelled in my life was in this moment. I was screaming, "Stop, I'm armed, I have a gun, I'm gonna shoot you." He kept coming and kept coming and kept coming. And then it wasn't till he was like 7 yards away to where, like, all the drawback, all the wall of the trigger, like, it was he had, like, a split second to make that decision, and I let him get way too close. I didn't wanna shoot him, right? I still don't wanna shoot him. Even looking back now, I don't think I would have done things much differently, except probably shoot sooner, but again, I don't want to shoot anyone. Let me put this away before I cut myself. So I'm gun on him, pointed at his sternum, which is funny because it was pointing at his, sternum, center mass, but I'm yelling that I'm gonna shoot him in the face. And I was just like, "I'm gonna shoot you in the head. I'm gonna shoot you in the head. Stop, stop, stop!" Screaming so loud. And he finally, I think, because he was piss drunk and super slow, he finally, once he got that close and realized what I was doing, because I was not moving, I took a couple steps back to the steps, and then I wasn't going any further back than that, right? He finally realized what was going on, dropped the knife. I had him down literally on his knees. I kicked that fucking knife. I don't even know. It could still be flying down the street today. That shit, I launched that shit. It scooted and went off in the grass. And I held dude at gunpoint for a second and then kind of backed off to the side. And he was crying. He was like, "Please, oh my God, don't shoot me. I'm so sorry. I'm not." First off, I guarantee he will never pull a knife on anybody again after that shit. Most likely not. Statistically, he likely will, but or has already. But anyway, I start backing off away from him because I just want to fucking leave. And I hear thunder coming down the steps. So everybody that was in the apartment up there, because this everything I just described happened in like 30 seconds, right? And everybody that was just upstairs in that party, everyone came down, and what did they see? A dude with a gun. A white dude with a gun holding a black dude, basically, at gunpoint with him on his knees, crying, begging for his life, right? So people come out, they start yelling at me. They're like, "He's got a gun." And then, of course, people are taking out their phones, people saying they're going to call the police and all this shit. So, and the weirdest thing about all of this is that a dude ran up to me, right? And I literally just tucked back, kind of like thumb pectoral index, which I didn't even train for that. I was just kind of trying to keep the gun away. And I put my hand down and I was like, "Back up. I have my permit to carry concealed handgun." He pulled a knife on me, whatever. He runs up to me and he's like, "Bro, I got a gun too. I got my permit too." I'm like, "What? Are you trying to have a gun shop bro chat right now?" While I just like literally almost ventilated this dude. And people are so fucking weird, man. So anyway, got in my car, I dipped out, and I knew the first thing that was going to happen is that people were going to call the cops and they were going to say, "This guy, this white guy in this car," they likely got my plate number, pulled a gun. He had a gun and he aimed it at this dude. They didn't see the knife or anything at all because I had kicked it over there into the grass. So all they saw was this white dude, me holding a guy at gunpoint while he's like, "No, please don't kill me." So they probably didn't think I was, the righteous one in that moment. So, I told you guys 40 has an undefeated record on this, bro. He ain't lying. I mean, dude, those HSTs, those 40s, HSTs, woo, those things would not feel good. So anyway, in the shopping center over from where I was at, I knew there was a movie theater there. And that's where all the teenagers and young kids would hang out and drink and smoke and all that shit. Trust me, ask me how I know. And I knew that there was like a heavy police presence there, so I could get there in like under 2 minutes. So I drove there, went around, parked the car, walked out, and I didn't even think at that time. I was like, "Fuck, I still got my gun on me," right? But I walked up to the movie theater and I flagged down a police officer. Now, I should have just stayed in my car and called 911, right? But I didn't. Um, I walked up to the police officer and I walked up with my hands up and I was like, "Friendly, friendly, friendly." And he's probably like, "What the fuck is this dude doing?" And I was like, "I just wanted to let you know I was in the neighborhood right behind the movie theater and I had to pull. I have my permit, I have a concealed handgun permit, I'm carrying a concealed handgun, whatever, blah, blah, blah." And this dude pulled a kitchen knife on me and he was going to stab me. So I drew my handgun on him and this dude looked at me dead ass in the face and said, "Did you shoot him?" I was like, "No, I didn't have to." He was like, "You didn't shoot him." I said, "No, I didn't shoot him." You know what this fool said? "I would have shot him." I was like, "Yeah, but I didn't have to, right?" Like, that's the thing, like, you don't want to shoot him, you can, right? And this is that exercising, the ability and discipline kinda thing, right? It's that oh, man. So, anyway, through all of the shit that I'm saying, I let this dude get too close, number 1, okay? So that's one of my first things, and I've missed a lot of shit that was said in chat tonight, so I'm sorry, y'all, but, story time with Dark. Um, I let him get too close and all that stuff. I made a lot of tactical errors in that situation, but also the first error that I made when my phone rang was, "Yo, I'm going to a party. I don't know anyone there." There's a chick he wanted to hook up with. "I don't know anyone there. Will you come with me?" Now, the first time I said, "No, no, I don't wanna go. No, I wanna stay home. No, I gotta work. No, I gotta" that's the other thing. I had to go to work the next day, and man, I had stories for everybody there. But, I shouldn't have put myself in that position, right? I needed to sit down and, like, have a serious conversation with myself and be like, "Bro, why would you put yourself in that position? Like, why would you do that to yourself?" I was the reason that I had to draw my handgun on somebody. Now, if I didn't have the trigger discipline or make the tactical error, whatever you guys, think is appropriate, that was a dark story. Um I could have and likely should have shot him, but everyone deserves a second chance, right? So, like, my preference would be that's the best way that this could have ended. The only other way that this could have ended any better is if I wasn't even there, right? Now, some may say, "Well, Dark, you taught that dude a very important lesson," right? This guy wanted to pull a knife on somebody. This guy wanted to shank somebody. This guy wanted to stab somebody, whatever, right? The dude was out of his mind. Who knows if he was just drinking or if he was, drunk and high, whatever the fuck he was, right? Like, I bet he's likely going to think twice about, getting it into something with somebody else or not knowing. You never know what somebody else has on him, right? Like, I just hope I put enough, you know, I don't know. I hope I made enough of an impact to where this fool will, think twice before he goes and, tries to pull a blade on somebody or try. Who knows? Maybe he went and got a gun and he was like, "I'm never gonna let anybody fuck with me again. I'll never be," because I've been a victim too, right? Part part of like the things within us that make us, seek out tools like firearms and items of self-preservation. A lot of times they come from us being in situations where we have felt helpless, right? A situation where we've been like, man, I'm never going to let myself feel helpless like that again, right? I am never going to, y'all know what I'm saying. Put the fear in them, bro, for sure. The truth is, never bring a knife to a gunfight. This is true. Let's see. Blade Runner. Words can only be used against you in court. You can talk your way into a charge, but not out of one. 100%. I should not have gone and talked to a police officer. I'm the only thing aside from what I've already said, the only other thing I would have done differently is I wouldn't have gone and basically physically surrendered myself to a police officer. I was just so lucky to have the most apathetic police officer in the county right in front of me, right? The dude was there babysitting children at a movie theater. Like, let's be honest, right? You would think that most cops in that situation would be like, "Oh, hell yeah," But the thing I was shook about was like, I do not want a guy with a gun called to go out with my name, my license plate, my whatever, right? So at the time, I thought that was the right thing to do. Go to a cop, go find a cop. I know they're right there. They're always right there every Friday, Saturday, like the whole weekend they're there. But yeah, that was a mistake, I should have still dipped out, right? But called 911, right? Um like there's no reason to talk to police. There is no way, I mean, it's highly unlikely you can talk yourself out of a charge, but you can certainly talk yourself into being arrested. Now, with that said, as a young buck, I certainly talked myself out of being arrested several times. So I don't want to say you can't, or you can't talk yourself out of being arrested. It's just it depends, man. Just use your best judgment, and your best tool is to shut the fuck up, you know? Um DLD After Dark, a cop, no, a sheriff, maybe. So this was a deputy sheriff. This was in my county. It's um, a sheriff's office, not uh, a police office or whatever. Warsaw, I hit you back, by the way, on Discord. We can connect another time, whatever works for you. Let me see. Very lucky. Yeah, definitely very lucky. He hated knives from that point on because he cried in front of girls, probably. He definitely cried in front of a gang of girls. And I was sitting out there with a gun, like I should have thrown business cards at all the girls there with my cell phone number on it. But anyway, no, look, all jokes aside, like that situation taught me so much. Like everything, like at the very beginning when you start carrying a gun and you look at like situational awareness and like things to do and things not to do, like so many people are so eager to use their gun, and that was the absolute last thing that I wanted to do. I had been in a fight before wearing a handgun on me and didn't draw it, and been lucky enough in that situation to look. I used to be a little shithead, right? I would be calm, be cool, be collected, but I'd go out and have party with some friends. I'd be carrying a gun, right? Like it wasn't to be cool. It wasn't, I don't know. I should probably shut up. I'll just shut up. Hold on. In that situation, will be the first of the brandishing charge. Hold on. DB, not DV. Very true. 40 Smith and Wesson saved him. Yeah, technically it did. It did. Could call them first, then offer that the only word you say is facts. Lawyer. You actually should say that you're invoking your Fifth Amendment, because if you just don't say anything, that that by itself can be kind of misconstrued. So you should say, Osgood Black, the day 40 saved my life. I know, trust me, like I'm not happy that it was a 40 cal and not a 9mm. I'm not gonna lie. But technically, a 40 did not save my life. A firearm saved my life. Dark, I'm doing a simunition force on force training class soon. Gonna get some stress inoculation. Hell yeah, dude. That there is no other feeling. I mean, that will be the realest situation you can get. Your adrenaline's pumping. You don't want to get hit. Trust me. You don't. You will. You'll get hit, but you don't want to get hit in that situation. Sim rounds hurt like a bitch, and that's the realest force on force interaction that you can go under. And especially if your mind is going to pump up like, man, this is real, this is real, this is real. You know what I'm thinking about tonight? So Tack Knives has put out some new products recently, and I need to clear through some of my stuff. So I busted out some of this stuff, and y'all know, like, they got like these bad boys right here. They got the Kydex with the um, uh, OTF. It's kind of like a fake Microtech blade, but for an inexpensive blade, these things are excellent quality. So listen to what I said there. So let me say it differently. For an inexpensive blade, this is a great value. Okay. Now this blade that I think was like $40, like this is a really inexpensive setup. This is dope. They also have like much higher quality OTFs. Their TK Pro line is like the much higher end blades. I may give one of these away. One of the you know what I'm saying, the higher value blades. I may give one of these away tonight. So if you're here, stick around, and yeah, I may give one of these away. Maybe something else too. We'll see. This one is cool. This is the this is the Katana. and it's got like these titanium blue screws with a titanium blue glass breaker and a titanium blue um, pocket clip. But the blade, it's got like a weird orange. I'm not down with the orange. Like that should be blue too, right? The green, blue, and orange throws me off a little bit, but check this out. So you see the slight bend, the gentle curve of the katana. The blade, this is just a laser etched. It's not um, Damascus, obviously. But this one is like in between quality wise from like when you're looking at the lower end, which is these guys, the one I'm offering to give away today, and then kind of middle of the road. I mean, this is still good quality, right? But then you have the like the Barracuda, carbon fiber Barracuda, bro. This thing is solid. I've put this thing through some pretty rigorous abuse, and it's been solid. Hey, Kurt 24, what up? What up? This one is solid too. This is another of the TK Pro line. Whoop, right? This thing has been solid. Got that Warncliffe blade. That thing's been dope. And this, I'm technically not supposed to carry it, but we'll give one of the OTF knives away tonight. What do you guys think? Huh? Of course, can't leave home without the karambit. This one, I don't know about this one. Some of these like they're utilitarian pieces, right? So like I wouldn't see, although you could, I wouldn't see like most knives. Okay, so this for an example. This is my current EDC. It is a cold steel frenzy. It's got the whatchamacallit on the blade. It's kind of like the wave feature, but it is by a company called Snaggletooth, and this is a Warncliffe style as well. Detective John Kimball, Armitage, Senor Bob. It's so great to see you guys. I was Paul Revere, 1776. Hey, good to see you, man. My channel got taken down. Dang, that sucks, man. Oh, hold up. Weren't you the one back in the day that won the battle worn, whatchamacallit? If that's you, holy shit, bro, it's been like 2 freaking years. So this is the Cold Steel Frenzy is my current EDC, and the dope thing is like usually I'll find a knife that I love, and then I'll find like so many awesome things about it, but then it doesn't have the wave feature, right? And having the wave feature is something that's important to me because if I can draw it with one hand, boom, you can't really see from here, but you draw it with one hand and pop, it opens up like boom, like nothing, right? That's really cool. So the fact that Snaggletooth started making little attachments that you can add to knives like this, like, dude, uh, yeah, the Cold Steel Frenzy is the shit, and this thing is not very easy to find, especially in the blue. And y'all know me, I'm all about that blue, that blue life. So that's kind of my current EDC, but that I could see, like I could use that as a utilitarian tool, like a tool for basic utility shit. But also, if I needed to, I could use that as a tool of self-preservation, right? Some of these, like I couldn't actually see myself, you know, busting out an auto knife and using an auto knife as a self-defense tool, right? Like, I mean, this is cool. Like that's dope. But I don't know. I don't think that auto knives can use can withstand the same abuse that like a folder or obviously a fixed blade, right? But that a folder can take. Like I feel like if I for real needed to use these three, honestly, these would be the ones that I would use if I had to. These are the TK Pro line. And by the way, guys, if you use code DARK on tack knives, you save 20% off your order. I'm just saying. but there's already a bunch of sales and shit going on right now. But yeah, these have been awesome, and Tack Knives has been a huge friend of the channel, man. They're awesome. So shout out to them. But they're also kind of like little fidget spinners for adults, not for children, for adults. DLD After Dark folder, or obviously fixed, whatever Ed and an attorney and USCCA. I kind of disagree. You want the police report immediately that you felt your life was in danger, but then shut the fuck up. Yeah, so I'm just saying that a phone call would have sufficed. A phone call to 911 would have sufficed, right? Like instead of, so looking back on it, the reason I'm saying that is because I went and physically surrendered myself to this officer, right? I was like, I just drew my handgun in self-defense, like physically right in front of him, right? Now, if I pulled off, left, and went to a safe area, called 911, and then said, "This just happened. I just drew my handgun," whatever. Then I'm waiting for police officers to come or whatever. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe 911 says, "Okay, you're good. Leave. We'll call you if we need you," or something. Who knows, right? But I feel looking back on it, that was kind of foolish because I literally am giving myself to you physically in person, right? I don't know. Maybe it's a stupid way to look at it. Maybe it's just as safe as calling 911 and waiting for police to get there, but I don't know. I kind of feel like it was almost like me. The cop didn't give a shit. I mean, if there was a call for me, I would have been like right away. He would have been like, "Oh, you're the guy? Yeah, call just went out for you," or something like that. Yeah, so Nate D, that's the other thing. So Microtech is so effing expensive, right? Like, yeah, better to call. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, right? I'm just kind of thinking, I'm looking back on it, right? I'm, trying to use it as a learning opportunity, but I don't know. So yeah, so because Microtech is so expensive, these are just, in my opinion, a better option, right? Because it's still a really good quality knife, right? Um, but you're looking at like, I think I got this one for like 120 after my discount. No, less. So it was like 150 less 20%. So whatever, do the math, right? I saved a good amount of money using code DARK. Just saying. This one is dope though, but I'm not supposed to carry double edged. But here's a secret: I carry it from time to time. Just saying. This thing though, I don't like how narrow and how thin it is, but it's kind of like it's charming. It's just super sleek, but I don't know. This and this are probably two of my favorite ones. The Warncliffe style blade, and these are both D2 steel. Or no, this one's 154 cm, and this one is D2 steel. This thing is a freaking monster. And actually, most of these are D2. And you know what? One that you guys probably haven't seen in a minute. Get ready. Bam. The Halo clone. Back when Tack Knives used to do clones, this is the Halo clone. It's got the button safety. And get ready. This is a big boy. You ready? Ooh, look at that blade. Look at the action. Man, this thing is a killer. And actually, you know what? I got to thank my guy, More Beta Prince, because he's the one that actually connected me with this company originally. And actually, you know what? He just sent me a link and was like, "Yo, check out this Halo clone," right? And then I ended up calling the company and chatting with them. And the owner is super based. He's cool as hell, and he's been doing this for a long time. So yeah, the katana is cool. Bull Rush, what up? What kind of? Let me see. Hold on, I missed that. What kind of steel does Microtech use for their knives? Um, I think it's like D2 and 154 cm. I got to double check. I'm not certain. Um, that's true. Better to deal with the one cop than 10 plus the telephone game. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's tough, man. Like, how do you know what was the right call? This is a cool little guy. This little boop, this little OTF. This one is 154 cm. I don't really I mean this is just kind of like a little utility knife. This one's cool as shit. Um, but and this is actually of the TK Pro line as well. These aren't cheap, but when you compare them to like Microtex and shit like that, yeah, they're, you know, very affordable. The katana one, like you mentioned, the katana one's dope. This has a super clean action. That's just laser etching. Like I said, it's obviously not Damascus steel. If you can find Damascus steel for the price that they sell these for, bro, holler at me. Let me know. The only one that I'm not like super thrilled with is the OTF stiletto, because it's basically like steel liners, like fake liner, fake bolster, and it's got like a sandwich of aluminum in the middle, and then the OTF blade kind of comes out. I mean, it's still cool looking, like it's pretty, but I'm not gonna use it. I'm just gonna, kind of just I don't know. It's not a tool. It's just a plaything to keep around. Let's see. The karambit is cool. It's just another one of those things. It's like it's just one of those things that sits in the gun room. Like I'm probably not gonna rock it. Like I've never carried that like on my person. The ones that I have carried are this, because I like the angle of the blade. Warncliffe is great. It's kind of like an inverted Tonto. The action is freaking solid. It's a TK Pro line, so it's made with better materials. And the Barracuda, I've carried this one. This one's freaking solid. I mean, solid lockup, solid action. This thing is dope. It's D2 tool steel. I mean, the blades are freaking CNC machined. Like they're just pretty, man. And well made. Oh, and this other one, I think this is the Nighthawk V2. This one is the double-edged. Um, this is a rip off of the one of the Microtech blade, the blade shapes with the water holes in there, the dagger style blade. But yeah, I carried these three. I have carried the Halo on like the front. You can carry it on like the front side of your belt, right? So you can carry it like this, kind of at like 11:30, and then still have clearance for your handgun. And it sits in front of it on your belt. So it's still kind of backwards though, because when you grab it, you got to turn it around to get the button. But this is just kind of one of those things that's in the gun room too. I'm not rocking it on a normal basis. Okay, so a couple of things that were actually asked. Let me get some nicotine first, y'all. Hold up, my bad. Damn, I ain't even heard of that shit. You know that it's a good steel when you've never even heard of it. Um, Nate, 390s, a bear to sharpen. You're right. Uh, yeah, I only carry karambits. Yeah, I mean karambits are great, man. You know what? The only knife that I accidentally opened up myself with very badly was a karambit. I've gotten some self-inflicted accidental ouchies with a knife, but man, I think it was a oh no, it wasn't a cold steel. It was a United Cutlery karambit. That shit, it was a short little stout guy. And I used to flip that thing around all the time. And one time I just flipped it and it slipped and it just like squished right into my freaking right into my hand. And for some reason I was just leaking like a mofo, like forehead cut leaking. Let's see. M390. Yeah, I don't even know what that is. Like what kind of steel is that similar to? That Cold Steel Frenzy is 240. Yeah, this one, I think this one is S35. Yeah. S35 VN. I'll tell you what, I could probably share a link with you, and not a link where I get money or anything. I'm not saying that. I could probably share like an eBay link where you can get it for like, I think I got this for like 110. Um, should I help you find one right now? Let's see. Um, it's so great to see all y'all. It's just so great. All right, let's see. Cold Steel, Frenzy. Now, if I were a betting man, I would say that damn, here's a blue one, 114. I'll check the steel on that one in a second. What? All right, so this one is being bid on. It's a blue handle, blue G10 S35 VN. It's being bid on, and it's currently at $90 with 0 bids. So there's your winner right there. That's on eBay. Um, there's a bunch of other. What? Frenzy, the knife Cold Steel didn't produce. 3.5-inch blade. No, this has got to be a fake. Oh yeah, it's a literal copy. What a sad little copy. A 3.5-inch blade, bro. Come on, man. Here's the one they chose not to produce. There's no way. This dude is saying it's like the one. It's the it's not a knockoff. It's just the one they didn't produce. There ain't no way. Yeah. Oh my god, that's terrible. The screws are off, the pocket clips off. Yeah, this is not cold steel, bro. You lying, you lying. Oh man, such a shame. So many scammers, bro. Um, okay, the same exact one that I got. This is a so the Frenzy is a 5.5-inch blade. Uh, there's blue G10, then there's black, and man, look at that, the Warncliffe blade. Look at how that tip right there, that point is a beast, man. This thing is nasty. And if you kind of choke down on it, like the finger grooves are like perfect for you to just choke down on it and swing. Knives, if you need to use a knife in a self-defense situation, it's not designed for that. I don't carry it for that. It is a tool. It just so happens that it also fulfills the role of maybe being a tool for self-defense as well. Um, you want leverage and distance, right? So a large knife that you can kind of choke back on a little bit, choke it up. Let's see. Hold on. Corn Pop, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Um, he's trying to say it's a prototype. Yeah, that's what it looked like. He lying. He lying. I've had good outcomes honing M390 on diamond plates. Interesting. That's right, Bull Rush. You make that shit, bro. So does you guys remember Jackson? He makes he's a bladesmith. He bangs that shit out. Blue means S35. Oh, interesting. I didn't know the blue one specifically was S35. I know they make one in the CTS XHP or whatever. Good point. DB Cooper. M390 is just the next best Wonder Steel. Be something new and better next year, probably. It's kind of like, for the longest time, everyone was going crazy over um, Benchmade knives, right? Then you found out that Benchmade was funded by what? Who gave money to them? Brady, Everytown, one of the leftist extremist anti-gun groups gave money to them. And then when a local police department had like 100 seized firearms, and they were like, we need somebody to help, plasma cut these receivers. They were like, we'll do it, police. And they literally cut up like over 100 guns for a police department. It's like, bro, are you trying to destroy your relationship with the public? Do you not think that these dudes that are rocking Benchmade's, like, just maybe gun guys too, and then you got Surefire to win a police contract or military, I think it was a military contract or something like that. Um, they were told if they gave $10,000 to, I think it was Everytown for Gun Safety, that their name would be thrown in the hat for a contract, and they didn't even win the contract. So now it's on record, public information. You can pull up that Surefire gave $10,000. They sold out the American gun owner for the possibility of making money. That's why money is so fucking evil. Uh, come on, PLA. Benchmade? More like bitch made. Yep. The echelon is nice. So I haven't actually put my hand on no longer rock Benchmade Microtech fanboy now. Okay, that's what's up. I mean, dude, I'm all about Microtech. I do not own a Microtech. I am as deep as they come with Cold Steel fandom. Like I'm all about it. Um Regarding the Streamlight for the win, bro. Goonbeam for the win. Look at that. I mean, bro, this freaking beam right here. It's just a straight lightsaber. It's crazy. 110,000 candela in this bitch. It's crazy. This thing outside, when you go out and you shine this thing up in the clouds, you just see like this freaking tractor beam just going up in the sky. It's crazy. Although I do fuck with Streamlight too. You know, I've had a bunch of Streamlights. I still have a bunch of Streamlights, and I like their products. Okay, so the echelon. So I don't have any firsthand experience with the echelon, right? Like I'm not the guy that's like going over the brand new guns and stuff like that, but we can have a conversation about them. I just don't personally have any experience with it. I'll probably get my hands on one soon. I'm thinking about going up to MD Arsenal, doing another rifle rifle pistol class. I actually had that Candela effect. I had a really great time going up there. It was cool to kind of break the monotony from the normal place that I train and kicking it with Dust. And I got to meet Black Rambo. And, you know, that was a different day. Actually, I went up there a couple times, but it was cool, man. I had a blast. It was awesome. Detective John Kimball constantly with the, what did you have for dinner? That's a good question. I actually made, bro. Y'all are gonna call me such a like little, you know, poor guy, but there is a meal that I used to have growing up that I had a really really short time window, and I wanted to cook something like with actual like, you know, hamburger meat. So there's this meal that you can stretch it really far with a bunch of kids. It's dirt cheap. It's called hamburger gravy over rice. And it is exactly what it sounds like. So basically, you take, you know, a pound of, you know, ground meat. And then once it's all browned and ready and all that, you take what do you call it? Pyrex, put like, you know, 1 3/4 cups of water in it, put 2 packs of gravy in it, whisk that mofo, right? Get it nice and you know, all mixed up, and then you dump it in there with the meat, and then you stir it around and all that. All the cornstarch and stuff in the gravy will thicken. It'll start to get thick and whatever. Put some rice on, right? And then you have hamburger gravy over rice. Boom, super quick. Throw in some green beans, you know what I'm saying? Some Brussels sprouts, something like that. A green with it. It's, you know, pretty good, pretty good. I had steak and potatoes, onions, mushrooms, and salad. We didn't have any deep sea research submersibles imploding back when mermaids were white. Just saying, this is true. That is a verifiable fact. And although a lot of people would say Corn Pop is a bad dude, I seem to agree with his standpoint here. I like my gravy thick with 2 C's. Let's go see if I'm Canada smoking here. Bro, okay, so I'm in Virginia and I am still seeing smoke. Is everything still on fire in Canada? Like is that still a thing right now? Or what? Spyderco is based right now or down the street from me, so I mostly go to them. So I just bought my first Spyderco recently. I bought the Yo Jumbo. That shit is awesome. The only downside is so a lot of times I'm wearing dress clothes at work, right? And it's just like kind of casual clothes. So a lot of times I can get away with wearing like some jeans and whatnot. But Craig, how you get fired on your day off? Um, Man, if I'm wearing that Spyderco, like with that super, super coarse G10 and that pocket clip is so goddamn tight. I know I could bend it, I can mess with it. But like that shit will rip your shit up if you got to tug it out real quick. I did, man, it's all the way over there. I don't want to grab it, but it's the Spyderco Yo Jumbo and it's the I think it's S35 steel S35 via whatever it is. It's a beautiful blade. That Warncliffe blade is just like a straight razor, dude. It's nasty. And because it doesn't have the wave feature, I found this company. I did reach out, and I think I told you guys this. I did reach out to Snaggletooth first, and I was like, "Yo, Snaggletooth, you guys have done an awesome job with the other, knives that I've put your products on, and I got one on the cold steel holdout, that big boy, that 6-inch blade. I got one on the frenzy, and I actually got one I could probably give away too. I want to give back to you guys. I want to do streams where it's just kind of us talking. Um, but anyway, I do have one more of those I can give away. I just need to see which knife it fits. It may be one of the generic ones that fits like a bunch of different knives. I think it fits bitch made knives, bitch made fools, and some others, but it depends on the pocket clip. So I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't be a good giveaway item. Who knows? Um, but they did not make it. So I reached out to, well, first I did some looking on the interwebs, and I found that this company, 5x5 Combat Solutions, makes a clip on. It is like a machined aluminum piece with a pocket wave, and then you literally just close that joint on there, and then close it with with a screw, and it's awesome. I haven't actually installed it yet because I want to like film it when I install it, so I can show it on like IG and YouTube and stuff. But it matches. It's gives you the wave feature. It's cool shit. The other thing is Gideon Optics reached out to me and they were like, "Yo, Dark, haven't talked to you in a while. We're gonna send you a package." So that's cool. So I'm going to be checking out some of the Gideon Optics. I don't know what they're sending. I didn't ask them for anything. So you know, we'll see what that is. Okay, so let's back up a little bit. Let's talk about something. I know Dark took an hour and 46 minutes to talk about the goddamn Vanderstock case. Okay, so here's the deal. They recently, the judge recently, um, in the Vanderstock case, if you haven't been following it, the rule was vacated. I kind of have to go back to the beginning if we're going to do this. So initially, um, the plaintiffs came together regarding the frames and receivers rule. All right. And this was in August of 2022. The initial rule came out. It was almost a 300-page document. And it was just like almost impossible to discern, what companies were allowed to do and not allowed to do. There were certain things that were called out specifically. You could pretty much see that it was clearly targeting the, polymer 80. Um, they almost said, like in writing, which the ATF never wants to do this. They never want to say this is okay and this is not okay because they want it to be as clear as mud, right? They want it to be as difficult as possible for people to understand because that's how they lock mofos up. And hold on, somebody said, hold on, how many likes are we at on this? Hold up. Say it ain't so. Oh, we're at almost 60 likes. I mean, y'all could probably, do do even more and like it, like the stream up, like it up, like it up. Okay, so getting back to what we're talking about, my apologies. I get sidetracked pretty easily. What? What'd you say? Hmm? So a judge is not typically going to grant an injunction unless they believe that the plaintiffs are likely to succeed on their merits. Okay. So during this case, where we're thinking, things are not going to go well, a couple things happen. First off, the ATF, after publishing the final rule in August, they change it in December like 27th, right? Like 2 days after Christmas or something like that. I may be wrong on that, but it was around Christmas. They come back and say, actually, we know initially we said the frame and the jig and the rails and bits and all that together as a firearm. But now what we're saying, because people for August, September, October, November, December, right, for almost 5 months, people were just selling the frame blank on its own, and then companies were selling the jig on its own, and then you could go buy whatever parts you wanted to here and there at different companies. That's why I started DLD Hardware to sell jigs, because I'm like, shit, I'm gonna eh, companies are not going to stop selling frames and gun parts, right? And if you can't sell both, then I'm going to take one for the team, right? And sell jigs, right? But it actually ended up being a really good thing. It wasn't me taking one for the team. Actually, it was really good for everyone. Um, so because people were doing that for 5 months, they were like, "Oh shit, this didn't change anything. Our new rule just made it a little inconvenient." So, in December, they came back and said, actually, just the frame blank by itself is a gun, even though it doesn't fit any of the criteria in the 1968 Gun Control Act, even though you can't put parts in it, you can't, like, you need to do considerable amount of work on the Polymer 80 to actually have a good quality frame. All right. And I'm not supposed to say what you're supposed to do. I was about to say, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, but y'all know what I'm saying, okay? Um, anyway, so at that time, because people were selling the frame blank here, the parts here, and then the jigs over here, the ETF was getting a lot of flack from the anti-gun squads. So they were like, all right, we got to do something. So now we're saying the frame blank by itself is a gun, which is absolutely nonsense. So during this case, the Polymer 80 was saying that this is going to cause irreparable harm for their company, and of course it would, right? So basically, the judge granted an injunction for Polymer 80 and said that they will extend the injunction. This is a couple different things to unpack here. They'll extend the injunction for Polymer 80, all of its customers, all of its distributors, all of its end users, people in possession of. I mean, it covered everyone, right? So that was a win. It was also a win because the judge or judges would only grant an injunction if they believe that the plaintiffs are likely to succeed on the merits of their case. So it says two things. One, either the judge is based and they're like, yeah, everyone should be able to build guns, like fuck the ATF, or they're just simply looking at it like, okay, the judge believes that they're going to rule in favor of the plaintiff because, I don't know, natural rights, the Constitution, something, right? Something positive. So anyway, after that, after these positive things are happening in the case, Polymer 80 is allowed to sell kits again, right? So they can avoid irreparable harm. And they've already been hit so many times, man. They've been constantly hit. They just got hit by DC, they got hit by LA, they get hit by all these for millions and millions of dollars in lawsuits, right? So they're not out of hot water by any means. And then the judge vacates the rule. Judge or judges. I think it may be more than one judge, whatever. So I am not an attorney. I don't know shit. I'm just a dude that reads, the documents as they come out, as they become available, right? So anyway, the rule is vacated. All of us are celebrating. We're like, "Oh my god." Even though we had the injunction, right? We've been the world has been able to buy, sell, trade, whatever, polymer 80, uh, frames, jigs, rails, drill bits, instructions, all that shit with no problem during the injunction. But even with that, the judge believes that they're likely to succeed on the merits of their case, right? All good stuff. Then the judge or judges vacate the rule completely. So this is like, whoa, this is all good shit. We're winning. We're winning. The whole gun tubers all across the land went nuts, and everyone's like, we won. We won. Right? Videos all over the place. And then out of nowhere, the judge is like, actually, so the ATF appealed. All right. And then they asked for a 7-day stay to be granted to them. And then the judge approves it. The judge is like, okay, y'all, I'm sorry, but the first thing that came to my head is, and I hate to say this, man, this is going to sound bad, but look, this is the reality of where we live in. Who got to that judge? Who got to that? Let me just say, if I were talking about somebody else, right? Who got to you? Who paid you? Who kidnapped your daughter? Who like some what happened for all these positive things to occur, right? For you to grant an injunction, huge win. For you to grant an injunction because you believe the plaintiffs are likely to succeed on the merits of their case, huge win. You vacate the rule, huge win. And then they say, we appeal, grant us a 7-day stay. For what? For what? So now it's going to go to the appellate court, and who knows what can happen. And the people that I've spoken with are saying that they believe that this is going to be stayed for a long time and that this is going to tie it up because whatever happens here, this is the important thing. Whatever happens here with this case is going to set the precedence for the pistol braces, right? So if they lose this, they lose everything. If they win this, they're given carte blanche to do whatever they want, right? They can regulate any way they see fit. They can use this as precedents for them to go and just start to stick their nose in accessories and just anything. They can regulate anything they want just by changing rules. No act of Congress, no legislation, nothing at all, right? And the most hilarious thing is like, you're telling me that without an act of Congress, so for the pistol braces, for an example, without an act of Congress, the ATF was able to say, hey, this is actually an SBR. I know we approved it in the past and whatever, but this is an SBR. Okay, without Congress, without legislation, without voting, without anything, they just say, this is an SBR. Okay. And then when we actually go to court over it, they're saying that Congress is the one that has to turn it around. Like, hold on, what? Congress wasn't the one that put this into motion. There was literally no legislation that brought this here. It was an opinion by the ATF, by the Fat D, funny enough. And you're going to tell me that now you say Congress has to make the decision here? Like, bro, what is this? This is complete and utter clown world. Fluffy, bro, you and I both, man. The only place you can actually be free is up here. That's it. Sorry, but somebody was asking questions. PAD. Somebody asked about JSD selling. Hey, what's up, Spectre? What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Injunction Junction, what's your function? Hooking up frames and jigs and drill bits. Let's see. Need to FOIA the judge's communication and bank statements to see. Well, so you can FOIA like documents. You can't FOIA the judge's financial or, information. You, I mean, since they're so good at getting FISA warrants for like kids' parents and shit at school board meetings, they could use the FISA court to get a warrant for that shit. But that's the thing, like this, honestly, like what's really gonna happen, right? And guys, you're looking at somebody who is positively impacted by by everyone not being able to purchase frames and jigs together, right? Like my the business that I have literally like I sell jigs. So if this and I'm all like I said 100 times, I will always say fucking let freedom ring over personal gain, right? I don't care. When have you guys ever heard me complain like, "Oh, now people get to buy frames and jigs together again. Now DLD, hardware is no more." Like that's not my main focus. My main focus has always been freedom and independence and the ability for people to build fucking modern firearms in the privacy of their own home with zero governmental overreach. That's always been the thing, right? That's why I started DLD hardware so I can sell jigs so people can fucking continue to build. And even through this, knowing that hey, if this stays or whatever, then yeah, it would impact me positively because more people are going to need to buy jigs by themselves, right? I haven't gotten into selling frames and parts and other shit like that. Obviously, I've, considered shit like that, but I don't know. Mossad probably has pictures of the judge with other people naked. Honestly, I don't even think that it's Mossad. I think the operatives are domestic nowadays. I squeeze jugs. My main focus is the end of the NFA as we know it. Hell yes. Just look at what they've been doing unconstitutional the last year. But bro, I know it's constant. It is absolutely constant. Yes, the FISA court is not supposed to be used against Americans. It's kind of like a joke, right? Of course, I don't want the fucking judge's financial information, right? I'm just kind of a joke because they're constantly using the FISA court. They're abusing. I mean, all this shit is abuse, right? There is n- absolutely no limit to the things that they're willing to do to encroach on freedom and independence. Period. Like there is no line, right? All the lines have been crossed 100 times over. I mean, we're literally living in a world where you guys know it's been a difficult few years. Okay. It's been a difficult few years because the elites have been working against you, right? Some of the biggest families and wealthiest families in the world have been working on taking out patents for things like COVID-19 testing, tracking, and tracing. And Richard Rothschild was busy in 2015 and 16 and 18 taking out patents for COVID-19 testing, tracking, and tracing. And the CDC was taking out patents for COVID-19 vaccine trials in the year 2000. 20 fucking years before the shit even was a thing. I mean, it was always a thing, but you know what I mean? Like 20 years before what happened, right? Like we're in a place where you are not important. Financial gain, power, and control is what is important to them. And they're all, man, this is going to get my fucking channel taken down. I, corn pop. Yeah. Yeah. Time to water the tree, bro. I don't think anybody wants to, right? Like, man, I don't want to, right? I've been preparing to for a long time because I think that it's going to be out of our control, you know? I think a lot of times we have like really unhealthy fantasies about that. And I think part of it is because you know what? In this day and age in 2023, life fucking sucks for a lot of people, right? Where a lot of us are in shitty fucking situations. And some people maybe that just didn't make it in the real world are like, you know what? I didn't make it in the real world, but I'm gonna kick ass in the boog. I think I think people like I don't know, they have a fantasy that they want oh, I got an email from YouTube. That may not be good. Whew. Okay, never mind. Okay, sorry. Oh, yeah. Why RFK is not your guy. Bro, come on. No one person is gonna get us out of this. No one president, no one individual. Get get right with God, right? Work on your relationship with God. Keep your family as close as you possibly can, right? And everyone's family situation is different, right? But family is the absolute most important thing. Procreation is the most important thing. And then, in addition to your relationship with God and the relationship with your family, water, food, shelter, security. Those things, everything else is a distraction. Everything else is a distraction. And most of the distractions were actually designed specifically to throw you off from all those things I just mentioned, right? Like, fuck my relationship with my wife. I got Pornhub, right? Like, oh, I don't think I can say that. Whoops. You know what I'm saying, right? Like that we have been conditioned in this world of, you know, consumerism and convenience and look, I'm guilty of it too, man. I've even people like us in the gun world and the prepping world and all that shit. We're like, oh, I got this thing. Check out this thing. Look at this thing I bought with money and look at this. And people fucking shopping, on their fucking Instacart and Amazon grocery fucking bullshit and watching Netflix, which look, I get it. I do steal my wife's login to watch Netflix from time to time, but I was just like, "Fuck this!" Like, I canceled fucking Amazon Prime. I canceled fucking Netflix. I canceled fucking Disney Plus, HBO Plus, and fuck all. They hate us. They literally hate us, and they're also the ones that are controlling the rest of the fucking world. And all this unhealthy media bullshit programming propaganda that we're stuck in this cycle of bullshit. It's like, fuck. Honestly, the first hour and 55 minutes of this was mostly bullshit. The last 10 minutes is the only important thing you're gonna hear tonight. Yeah, we talk shit and whatever. But damn, it's this is a dangerous time to be alive, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying. Loved those charts. What charts? I go pick up my free rifle tomorrow that I won. Oh, hell yeah. Free rifles are the best rifles. That's why gun building is so important and so beautiful. Like that. I mean, Dark, have you watched Sound of Freedom? I did. I went to go see it in theaters by myself, solo, watch that shit. Um, it was good. I think they overused silence in the movie. So I don't know. I wouldn't consider myself like artsy or anything like that, right? But like I love films. I love cinema, right? And you got to know, like with any type of entertainment, there's always going to be some level of programming and propaganda behind all that shit, right? But as long as you're aware, you can watch whatever you want. Just try not to fill your head with like nasty bullshit. But anyway, to get to it, I think silence is a tool that you can use in movies to like for character development, for like the impact of a scene, like for something. They just overused silence like so much. And I'm like, man, y'all could have put, like, some words in there to make it more impactful or, you know, I don't know. Um, it's a sad thing to see what happened to this country since I was a teen until now. Bro, I honestly think that, I mean, everything was still happening then, right? It was just different at different levels, and they actually cared enough to hide some of it. Right? Now they don't give a shit. They don't care who sees, who's watching, who knows. Like, so my daughter, it kind of reminds me of something that just happened a week or so ago. My daughter ran through a restaurant full freaking speed, like she was like, "Daddy, I have to go to the bathroom." I was like, "All right, let's go to the bathroom." And at first I was like, she could just go. And my wife was like, no, like she needs to go. We still do stuff together as a family, even though we got separated, right? And we're out eating together and I'm like, let her just go to the bathroom. I'll keep an eye. I'm still gonna watch her, right? And I can see everything, but I was like, "All right, I'll go with her," right? So, we start walking towards the bathroom, and she starts kinda picking up the pace, and she starts kinda, like, walking fast, and she starts running, and I'm like, "Ah," I'm like, stop running, stop running." Like, you can't run through a restaurant. You will smash into somebody who's, like, holding a bunch of dishes, and I'm not even trying to hear that shit right now. Um, that sound when your kid is running, just like, "No," right? So, she runs to the bathroom, and I sit outside the bathroom, and I'm waiting. She comes out, and then she splashes water on me from washing her hands, which, all right, it's kinda funny, right? She was being playful. It still pissed me off, but she was being playful, splashed water on me like that, and she's like, "Ha ha ha," and then fucking runs. Full sprint. I mean, she's, like, running through the restaurant, and I get to the table, right? And I'm like, blah, blah, blah. I say her name. I hit her with all 3 names, like, boom, 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 like, "You do not run. I told you do not run." And her mother is like, "Stop, chill, relax, sit down. You're making a scene. Everyone needs to just calm down." I'm like, "Yo, fuck that. Like, did you see that shit?" You know what my daughter said? She said, "How do you know it was me?" It's like, "I literally just saw you run, and then you stopped, and then you got in the booth, and like, that was you." She was like, "What if it wasn't?" I was like, "But I just saw you. I just saw you run. You can't say that wasn't you. I just saw you run." She's like, "Well, you don't know it was me. What if it wasn't me?" And I was like, "Damn." That is exactly what all these people, these politicians, these elites, and all that shit. They're like, "Look at this hand, look 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 at this hand." And then it's like, hold on. That was slick, but I saw that other hand over here. What if it wasn't my hand? But it was you. What if it wasn't? We literally just saw you. We we saw it. Everyone saw it. It's like, dude, I don't know. I'm just kind of sick of like the like you guys are, and I'm not saying you guys, right? I'm saying they are thinking like the general public is so stupid that we can get away with this bullshit and they're not gonna say shit. They can't do shit because none of us are independent enough to do anything about it. None of us can actually get past, basic like differences in beliefs and opinions to actually unite to do anything. If the boog hit boom right now, we are fucked, totally fucked. Like there's going to be Ford and Chevy dudes fighting each other. There's going to be, red and blue and left versus right. There's going to be people. I mean, just all the normal, like, there's gonna be like Pittsburgh fans like stabbing fucking, I don't know, I'm not a sports guy, right? That's another thing. But it's just like we're programmed to be divisive little beasts. And wasn't me. Gabriel. Yeah, right. Basically, like, how do you know it was me? I know it was you because I saw you. Did you? Start questioning yourself like, shit, did I? What if it wasn't her? I know, I know. Look, it's all stupid shit, right? But those are the things that like, you know, it's the only thing I can relate to the type of shit that's going down right now, you know? Oh, man. Yup. Facts. Bro, here's something I thought of the other day. It's like, okay, hold up. So we knew that if we provided lethal aid to Ukraine, that Russia would attack us. They said straight up, "We will attack you," right? Now, in the past, even though like F Russia and all that, right? They've always said what they were going to do. And then if we did what they asked us not to, like they weren't lying, right? They're like, yeah, we will invade Ukraine, we'll annex Crimea, and we'll invade Ukraine and we'll do X, Y, and Z. They did that shit. They were not playing, right? And when Russia says we're going to do this, I'm like, bro, I don't know when. It may be another 10 years, but if they said they're going to do it, I kind of believe them. even though they're probably all freaking liars too, you know? But, like, they they've held to their word. Keep your powder dry? Bro. Yeah. Yeah, nothing should be instigated, right? Like, a lot of people are running around the internet. It's probably, like, paid subversion and, bullshit, right? But, like, the people running around the internet that are like, "We need to stand up and do something," like, bro, there's still civility in the world. There is still a society. Like, it is not fallen yet. All is not lost yet. Prepare yourself, right? Just in case. But damn, I've never seen so many people want the shit to go down. It's crazy. Cats and dogs living together, right? Uh, clowns. So, anyway, with all that, they're like, okay, if you continue to expand NATO, right, then we're going to do X, Y, and Z. Well, we continue to expand NATO, and they did X, Y, and Z. But they're like, us over here at the United States, we're not going to provide lethal aid. Don't worry. Right? And they give their little wink, and then they're like, "Here's some javelins. Here's some cluster bombs. Here's some assault rifles. Here's some hand grenades. Here's some Simtex. Here's some," and they're, throwing billions and billions and billions of dollars and all of the okay, like, America, you realize that giving javelins and billions of dollars of guns and gear and ammunition, that's lethal aid, right? You know that. So what are you doing? What are you purposefully getting us into? This is like by design, the step-by-step thing of what not to do. I think from all of this, and I've shared this sentiment before, this sentiment, not intimate, right? Sometimes I words are hard. Um, I've shared this sentiment before that part of me feels like with all of the just dirty shit, all the corruption, the President Zelensky that we installed in Ukraine, like everything that's happened, all the money that has been washed and washed through there constantly for not just the Bidens, not just Hunter, not just Joe, not just all these people, right? All these politicians, all these elites, all these look back. There are pictures of politicians in like Barisma hats and shit that like you would not believe. This has been something happening for way, way, way longer than just the last couple of years. And I think that this is their way to like burn their box of receipts for them to just like burn it all down and have there be no question on what was happening prior, just destroying whatever evidence is left and being able to live to tell the tale, right? Because if Ukraine is just completely destroyed, then who's gonna be able to be like, yeah, they've been funneling money through here for decades, right? But the other thing is like now I'm hearing that Ukraine is joining NATO at a point where we have been draining all of our resources for another country that doesn't have shit to do with us except giving dirty money to dirty politicians. We've been draining NATO. What if this whole time, what if this was an op to drain all of our resources? We basically, our commander in chief went out on national TV and said, "Yeah, we're basically completely out of 155 millimeter ammunition, and we're out of production and out of stock, and we need to like what?" Could you imagine if some like random E3 in like North Carolina said that shit on Twitter? He would be court-martialed and he would be like hung from a rope till dead. Like you can't do that. You can't say that shit. And then for them to say it, and then for other people to insinuate the same thing that we're running out of ammunition, like some of the most important munitions that we would actually need if we were like in an event, it's almost like, was this a plan? And okay, this may appear to be conspiratorial, but I'm just posing a question. Okay. It makes me think of this question. Could it be that China and Russia are working together to deplete as much of our resources as possible, so once depleted, they could join together, join forces, and attack us. Is that so far-fetched to think that this may have been just an op, like all of those poor sacrificial lambs? I don't know. I'm just posing questions over here. That's all I'm doing. I'm not stating a belief. I am just simply posing a question. Oh man, crazy shit. They have set up Ukraine back in early 2000s. This is all Plan BS for sure. Actually, there was nearly 20 years ago, I think like 15 or plus years ago. Or no, I'm sorry. In 2010, Scott Ritter and there was a meeting with Scott Ritter, who held some high up position with the CIA. There was the DOJ, like everybody was in this meeting, and they were like, if we continue to expand NATO, Russia said they're going to annex Crimea and they're going to invade Ukraine and blah, 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 blah. And then here we are, right? 10 years later, like this. Just like you're saying, this shit, it's a playbook, right? Continue right. Maybe not chopping. Sorry, I'm looking through. That sounds sensible to me, right? It just seems like it may be like a reasonable thing to do, right? It's like, let me send some sacrificial people like if I'm thinking from like in the hood, if you're going after your opposition and you're like hiding in the alley 20 deep and you send two dudes to run up on the ops, as they call them nowadays, and get in an exchange, a gunfight with them, drain their ammunition, and then all the 20 dudes roll up and just dump on you, right? Like that's just like a simple to me it seems like that is an actual possibility of what they're doing. Draining and depleting our resources and our ammunition. We have literally put it out there that like we're out of 155 millimeter ammo. We're out of, some of the most important ordnance if we were to ever get into another, you know, uh, world war type situation. And yeah, I don't know. If we're depleted of resources to that degree, then yeah, China and Russia, if this was a plan all along, could just band together and boom. And why would they want the Ukraine to join NATO that is literally signing the beginning of World War III? I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, of course, I'm sorry. Let me back up. This is all planned. War is money. They don't care about us. Just like I always say on opposite day, your government loves you and wants you alive. I need to stop worrying so much about this shit. And this is where, okay, so let me go back to what I said like 30 minutes ago. Get right with God, work on your relationship with God, whoever your God is. That's fine. If it's evolution and the Big Bang, whatever, you get right with your God, work on your relationship with your God, work on your relationship with your family, and water, shelter, security, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Water, food, shelter, security. This is what I get for reading and feeding for nicotine while I'm trying to talk at the same time. Remember when Obama was caught in open mic saying he could do more for Putin after second election? They're all working together. 100%. Spin 360. What's up, bro? Inshallah. Dark, fluffy bunny, bombs matter. True. It's over. It's over, Gerchop. That's it. Everyone, say hello to Gerchop. Make him feel good. Dark facts. Facts dark or dark facts. We could probably do a show called Dark Facts. The problem is because I've gotten so many strikes from YouTube. If I were to call some of these questions that I'm posing facts, even though a lot of this shit has been proven, I'd be shut down so quick. And that's why I started posting and streaming on Freedom Crew University. That's right. We teamed up. Well, I'm just kidding. It's not a commercial. But so Marine Gun Builder, Angry Sarge, Shogun Customs, um, fucking Benchies Go Boom, Flying Rich, Babyface P, all these guys, they're all gun builders. We started a gun building university. And on that university, we found that we could make a motherfucking platform and we can do streams, we can do videos, we can do whatever we want completely uncensored. As a matter of fact, last Friday before last, 2 weeks ago, actually, a week and a half ago, whatever, I did a stream, my first stream on Freedom Crew University, and I did it with zero censorship. And it took me a minute because it took me to hold up a firearm on a live stream, and I was like holding it. I was like, oh my God, I'm not censored. I can hold up guns. I can talk about like, oh my God. And then it like, boom, I just went off. And the topic actually that night was censorship, cancel culture, how, Alphabet, Google, YouTube, the federal government are walking lockstep, hand in hand to work on censorship and all that stuff. So yeah. Anyway, okay, let me go back up here a little bit. Hey Gerchop. Hello, Gerchop. Player is uncensored. Yeah, that's true. Utreon, now player, is uncensored. And I am also on player Utreon as well. Actually, all of my content backs up there too. So, oh man, this country would be a little safer if I won that knife. All right, let's do this. Okay, so here's what I'll do. So I have another one here. Ooh, sorry. I have another one here. This is my last one. My last one that's not like mine, I'm saying. Let me bust this mofo out. Look at this. Brand Nubian. There's a little scuff on it, actually. That's fine. Maybe it was one of the Blim ones. So this right now is set up for a left side pocket carry, but here's the beauty. If you stick an Allen key through that and spin the mofo off on the glass breaker, you just pick it up, turn it to the other side, and then screw it back down, stick an Allen key through, and then turn it, and boom, you can switch it over to the other side. And this, I believe, has the same swoop. Yeah, same two-tone Tonto. I think this is just 440 carbon steel. It's nothing special. Like I said, it's one of the more value focused blades from Tack Knives. Remember, you can use code DARK on Tack Knives and save 20%, and you'll support the channel as well. But also with this, you will also get the Kydex little whatchamacallit with the tech lock on there. Boom. Fits in there like a champ, like a glove. Huh? I'm just kidding. But it is dope, man. I like this knife a lot. I have another one of these that I carry. It's got the two-tone 440 carbon partially serrated Tonto blade, and it is OTF. It's double action OTF. It's got the pocket clip, and it's slick, so it comes out of your pocket easy. It's got the glass breaker with the little bead on it as well, and you can indeed break some glass with that. And like I said, you got the pocket clip, but also if you wanted to rock the Kydex, it goes right in there, and it doesn't interfere with the pocket clip. So I'll give that away. And there was one other thing I was thinking about. You know what? Maybe. Let me see. Wasn't there something else? Hold up, y'all. Give me a second. Dame un segundo, por favor. Oh, I already gave that away. I actually have to send that to Kurt. Oh man. Hold on. I gotta send one to Kurt and one to come out in PLA. One of you guys won the multi-tool. The other one won the this. Here, let me show you. Hold on. I'll show you guys, but I'm not giving this away right now. Okay. I just want to go out there and so this is the other thing I am not giving away. I already gave one away, so don't ask because I only got one more. And this is the one situation where I'm going to be like, yo, I'm being selfish and I'm keeping one of these. This is the titanium pry bar, and woo, this thing is sick. This is Come Out in PLA won this, and this is the titanium pry bar. It's actually still really freaking sharp on that side. So if you actually needed to, you could do some serious damage with it. You can also do some serious damage with that. You could use that as a glass breaker. Kind of looks like a kitty cat. Meow, meow. Um, Now, this is non magnetic, 100% non magnetic. However, there are two steel screws right there to affix the pocket clip on there. So, because of that, if you wanted it to be like completely non-reactive to magnets for any reason you guys can think of, then you can just remove the pocket clip, and it's the inside that's threaded. So there's no nuts on there, no nothing at all. You got the hex screw thingies in there with like, what is it? One, two, three, four different sizes, 4 or 5 different sizes. You have the wedge for the pry bar. You got the bottle opener. You got the key ring for the, little smash facey. And I think there was something else on it. Oh, a little nail remover thingy, little like tack or nail remover on there. And there may have even been something else. There's some other kind of cool tool on here, but these are dope. You can get these at Tack Knives as well. If you use code DARK, you get 20% off, like I said. It does support the channel, and it also so most channels, when you look around and you see them using a Tack Knives thing, they're like, you get 10% off. That's because they're getting a huge kickback. I gave as much as I possibly could as a discount, while just taking a little tiny bit. So if you guys do go to Tack Knives and use code DARK, you save 20%, and then I get like a 5% kickback or something like that. So just keep that in mind. And then this is the multi-tool that Kurt won. So this little guy back here, it's got a whole bunch of stuff. I don't want to bore you guys, but these are like the most affordable products. I think, for the price, all the shit that comes in this thing, man, you can't go wrong. So anyway, I'll stop. I thought there was a second item I was going to give away. Maybe I'm tripping. You know what I do need? I need here, I'll show you guys. I need some stickers. Let me explain why. Hang on. And then we'll do the giveaway. It's so trippy to see my freaking desk this high up in the air because I never do that. Okay, so you guys know I'm building the brick wall of Polymer 80 boxes behind me. Of course, I got the other bookshelf with all the other Polymer 80 boxes in there. And then also over here, I got like the Don't Tread on Me flag, the Gadsden flag. It's like a weathered Gadsden flag. It's pretty dope. I got like some Glock things like up there and shit from when I used to work at the gun shop. But what I want to do is I want to make like a little lounge area here, and I'm going to set up an extension of the studio in the gun room where it's kind of like a dark lounge where I can actually live stream from like, comfy chair, comfy like little love seat area, have a guest over, have people come over and actually like do like, like kind of like a lounge type stream. And one of the things I wanted to do was fed. Yeah. Actually, Crump was the first fed or first person I was going to invite on here. And what I was going to do was I got the patch wall with a whole bunch of patches, right? But I couldn't really get it down. Like I basically got like a bunch of felt and then tacked down a bunch of felt and then put the patches up on the felt, and that's cool. But I had like bundles and bundles and bundles of stickers just chilling. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get those black poster boards, like the thick poster boards, and I'm gonna sticker bomb the fuck out of them. and then I'm going to put those up behind. So this is what I got. Now, the dope thing is that a lot of these were actually from you guys. So 2AEDU, it's hard to do this with a mic. Hold on. So 2AEDU sent me stickers. A bunch of these were from whatchamacallit, SHOT Show. Come out in PLA. Let me see. Where's it at? Come out in PLA. Come out in PLA. You see that? You see that, brother? That's from you. Ron Wayner. Got yours right there. I got AR takedown tool, PSA stickers, Smash Time. Smash Time. That's from you, brother. This one says eat a bag of dicks, which is hilarious. SIG, Caltech, of course. Polymer 80, Franklin, Aero Precision. Oh, SF Traptical. My guy. And who else? PSA. Oh, IPS. I print shit. Invader Zip. 2EDU. Samo. Dianexus. Oh, Dianexus. Oh, and this, bro, the Supreme sticker, but it says suppressed. Fire. Pure fire. Another one from Dianexus that says nuke me, bitch. Anyway, so this is one. All right. There you go. So that's one. And do you have any idea how much work actually goes into? Oh, and sorry, I forgot. Putang Bob. I got this from you. Who else? Let's see. Lone Wolf, Blacklist, 80% arms. That was from the GST9. Oh, Strike. My peeps over at Strike Industries. They sent me that too. Night Strike. Okay, so Mr. Snow. Can y'all see? Okay, Mr. Snow, Night Strike, Guns from the Grave, Invader Zip, Ron Wayne, DLD Hardware, Guns from the Grave, Polymer 80 SF Traptical, a whole bunch of shit. Like, so these are all like shit that was like for the channel, you know, so that means a lot to me. And then this one, this is the Kami one, because it says Red Tube. The Rogue Banshee, Shooting Gallery New England. These are from Putang and JSD. JM4 Tactical, AR Takedown Tool, 28EDU, PSA, my Team Windy from my helmet. Oh, the Deadpool sticker. Okay. So I waited years, literal years. Let me see. That one right there. I waited literal years not knowing where to put this. And then I finally worked up the courage to peel off the backside. This is from the movie, from Deadpool. When Deadpool is sketching out the way he's going to murk Francis, this is the little drawing that he did. So we did that. And then OC Custom Triggers. I got stickers from Ralph on there. Ruger, Blacklist, Swamp Fox, North American Rescue, Lone Wolf. Oh, and more 28EDU stickers there, the 0 cent stamps, and then the LGB stickers. So a whole bunch of cool shit. So what I'm trying to do is get my sticker game on point so I can use those to put up. I want to put up 4 of those. So I need 2 more of them fully covered in stickers, and it's probably like shit, I don't know, 40 stickers per. So I need like another 80 dope stickers that I don't have, you know. So night, Joe. See you, Joe. Peace, brother. Joe, if you want to wait a second, I'm gonna run this giveaway like right now. So I don't know what the part of me was thinking it may have been one of these. See, I don't know which one is which, and I don't know which. So I'm getting a couple other things from Tack Knives. Okay, this is also from Tack Knives. This one is the blue G10, and that is a little poker. Let me wait for the other stuff. Let me wait for the other package to come in from Tack Knives, and I'll give away some more. However, I will still give away this knife as promised, right? I want to do the right thing. Let me put this in here. God, why are so many people falling for this whole RFK thing? RFK Jr. Like, come on, bro. Hold on, I got to show you this one too. And then this one is the Sharpie with the titanium. So both G10 and titanium do not react to metal or magnets. This is a much long titanium one, and boy, this thing, yeah, this thing's a beast. The cool thing about the blue G10 one though is like at a glance, that shit looks like a Sharpie when you open it. This thing, hello, like that is not a Sharpie. However, you could take a blue paint marker and color that thing. If you put that on toast instead of rice, it's called shit on a shingle. What? Gibbs, I need that. I call dibs on it. Gummies, that blue G10. Yeah, the blue G10 is for you. All right, so let's do this. So I'm going to get a random number generator, and know that if you're going to let me make sure I'm not missing anything. I'm sorry, y'all. I just want to make sure. I swear I had something else I wanted to give away. Oh well, I'll wait for the package from TAC-Knives. I'm sorry, y'all. Why am I apologizing? I'm giving away a fucking $80 switchblade. That's okay. Sharp sticky. I want to ride. He stabs himself. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna do a random number generator. So let's do a random number generator. All right, so we got 50 people up in here. All right, so let's do this. Back to the screen. It was the piece to put on knife to open. William Baloney, what's up? Identify as white to camouflage themselves like a chameleon. Oh, some of this shit y'all be saying. Woo! Try to get that Sharpie through TSA. No, I ain't gonna do that. And so none of this is just for clarity. None of this is for hiding from the peoples. It's for hiding from plain sight from dirt bags, not the feds. Although some would say there's not much of a difference. I just never want it to appear that I am trying to hide from the federal government. But bro, like I put all my information.
Where's my
That was weird. It's almost like some
stick? Where's my sticker, bitch?
You're on there. You didn't see it?
No. Why I came to my studio because of that.
It's right there.
Well, yeah.
It's right there. It's right next to my favorite part. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a giveaway. Okay. Now, because this is a valuable item, a more valuable item, right? It's not like we're giving away stickers and patches. What I'm gonna ask you guys to do here, I'm gonna screen share it with you. Okay. All right. So everyone can see it now. So we're gonna give away. Let me do solo real quick.
Whoops. Sorry.
No, you're good. So we're gonna give away this Switchblade, and it's an OTF. Oh snap! It's an OT. Man, that would have dropped Glassbreaker first on my phone. Jiminy crickets. It's an OTF Switchblade knife. It's got the top. Oh shit! Crump left, bro. Hold on, slow down. I didn't even tell you all the rules yet. Hang on. 88. And then you got the Kydex in there too. Crump, you can come back in if you want to, bro. Okay, so what we're gonna do though, exit solo layout. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run this because we got like 60 people in here, and we're doing this for the Switchblade, y'all. So anything before 12:47, I'm not gonna look at them. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. The rules are. Oh, Craig got it. I'm just kidding. The rules are you have to enter a number. Crump, you can come back in here if you want. You have to enter a number 1 through 50. Okay. But you can only enter one number per round. So if I spin it and no one enters the number, that's fine. We'll just do it again, right? Spin it, run the number, do it again until someone wins. Okay. So we may be here till tomorrow morning. I'm just kidding. It's going to be pretty quick. But we got almost 60 people in here. So we'll run the giveaway. So enter a number 1 through 40, starting at John Crump's 49. Where is it? Starting right here at John Crump's 49, because that was when I gave the instructions. Enter a number 1 through 50. I will then go into the random number generator. I'll click it. You guys will be able to see it on screen, so you know I'm not BSing or anything. Now, for all the people that are like, feds and OPSEC, if you don't want to get a knife sent to you, I gotta ship it to you. Okay, I'm not gonna like do a dead drop on a park bench. Just know that I'm going to ask that you send your address to me so I can send it to you. If you don't want it, then don't try to win it, bro. Anyway, I'm not doing this for your information. Your information is going to be destroyed and all that stuff. Like, who cares? I don't keep it. Yeah. And plus, like, bro, come on. All right. One number. You can enter one number once. That's it. Okay. If the winning number is a number that several people have entered, it will go to the first person that entered it. Okay. All right, so I'll give everyone an option again because more people have come in. So here's what we're doing for a switchblade, an OTF switchblade from Tack Knives. By the way, if you use code DARK, you get an additional 20% off of your order. John Doe said it the best. DLD is a confirmed Fed. Has to be 1 to 60 dark. No, it's dude. The likelihood of people entering that 30 people aren't even talking right now. I trust me. I mean, I'll change it to 1 to 60, but that's just going to take another few minutes to actually give it away, Okay. All right. So we're going to start over. Y'all got to enter the number again. I'm joking. Okay. So let me see. A number 1 through 50. Ting Ting actually entered a number 1 through 50. That was a good one. Okay, so starting at John Crump, my number is 49. Okay. If y'all come in and put in like 1, 12, 16, 74, 23, like you can't do that. All right. Your entry will not apply. All right. Feds can't win. They just listen. Exactly. Right. You would think that they would want their return address on that mail. Jeez. The lizards will come for you. Right. Better chances for me. Doesn't that decrease your odds of winning? All right. So we're going to do it. So everybody type in a number 1 through 50. And whatever your number is, I'm going to run the random number generator. Whoever wins, wins. If there's multiples, the first one to type it gets it. Okay. On the count of 3. We about to do this. 3, 7, 4, 0. Blast off. Bing. No way. 50. The number was 50. Okay. Now, don't nobody type in 50 after Trailer Park Warrior. Okay. I see. So Trailer Park Warrior was right there at 36. So if anybody types in 50 after that shit, y'all are some trifling ass mofos. All right. So let me go back here where John Crump. Did anybody? Okay, he said my number is 49, 28, 32, 21, 47. A Ron said 33, 14, 12, 22, 36, 19, 23, 21, 17, 36, 34, which is one of my favorite Glock models, I also will say. 28, 14, 7, 45, 1, 24, 27, 13. A number 49, 39. Still got 49. 342, a number 1 through 50. 43. Hold on. To the lizard people. 49. Oh, you were so close, bro. You were so close. Hold on. Where am I at on chat? Okay, anything after that didn't count. Okay. Sorry, my bad. I'm catching up. All right. Jeez, y'all be typing. All right, we're going to do it again. Okay. So now we're going to do it again. So for the giveaway of the OTF, tack knives, switchblade, auto knife, 1 through 50, type in your number again. We'll do like 30 seconds so everyone can type a number. But one number, you get to type in one number. Okay. Don't just type in a whole bunch of numbers, right? Your entry will not be valid if you type in a bunch of shit. So just type in one number. I know it's hard. It's hard, right? You got multiple accounts, right? You can go, but this is your chance while you guys type in. Here's your chance to win the tack knives with the Kydex rig with the tech lock on the backside, backside. It's just a 440 carbon auto knife, right? Easy to sharpen though. And honestly, these have stayed pretty sharp for me. My other one here, like this is one that I've actually carried like on, not like a super regular basis, but it's solid, man. It's been good. So yeah, there's that. Or which one? Maybe that one was mine. Yeah, I think the other one's mine. I want to make sure I give you guys the new one. Shit, that's what happens when I take shit out of the plastic. All right. Okay. All right. Did everyone get a number? We got 61 people in here. Enter a number 1 through 50. Only enter one number. Only enter one number. Scusi. And you will be given the giveaway of the best giveaways. That was so weird that it just went boop to 50. I've never had to do like all the way to 50. That's kind of crazy. Okay, so I think we got most folks up in here. G33. Hell yeah, son. Okay, I think that was from the last round. Last round, bolt hold open. Okay, Maverick Man 28. I want to ride 12. I think that's where it ended 34, 12, 22, 23. Okay. And then, or was it Trailer Park Warrior? Fuck, I lost it. 420. Goonbeam, you can win too, man. By the way, guys, if you're looking for one of the best flashlights in the world, in my description, you'll see a link for Goonbeam. Hands down, the best flashlights in the world. They shit on everything you've ever known about every other flashlight company, Streamlight, freaking Surefire, all of them. And he doesn't donate money to Everytown for gun safety. So that's dope. All right, we're going to do this. Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, generate! 17, 17. So let's go all the way back. See who typed in 17. Oh, I think we got a couple 17s here. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. I want to write. Okay, so 717 Rider. I see you type 17. Was that from the last one or was that from this one? Remember, honesty is the best policy. Oh, dang. Come Out PLA also did 17 within that same minute. 33, 23, 1 through 15. Tink, tink. I think those are the only two 17s. PLA got 17. He said, shit, I'm behind. Looks like it's 717. 717 was the second time. Okay, hell yeah. Congrats, 717. You won the tack knives auto knife. Congratulations, my man. Winner, winner, winner. See, this is dope. Okay, when all you guys are in here trying to win something and you're congratulating 717 Rider for winning, like that's dope. Like so many people would just like say, man, I didn't win, and click off and sign off and like, just be out of here. So you pick 17 both times. Dang, that's what's up, man. And to be fair, PLA has actually won like several of the giveaways. So in the random comment generator, it's the same thing, but it takes the comments from my pages and it just selects a name. I don't know why, but I swear to God, maybe he just comments a lot. It's like Kurt24, come out in PLA, and it's just constant. I'm like, Jesus Christ. But I think it also takes into account replies too. 717, way to go. 4 to 8 months. What are you saying? It's gonna take him 4 to 8 months to get it from me. I'll try to send it out. Yo, Kurt knows too well. Please allow 4 to 8 weeks for delivery. I kid. Yo, so okay, so I did this giveaway where Come Out PLA and Kurt 24 won right before my ban. So I still haven't sent them what they own. And I got it like right here, dude. And it's so crazy because I ship out packages every single day for DLD hardware. The difference is for DLD hardware, for people that purchase jigs to build freedom, I go in and I just click boop, and then I click buy the postage, then I click print, and I go and I pull them out, and then I just stick them on the package, fulfill the package, ship them out, boom, done, right? But for this, I actually got to remember, oh shit, I got to send stuff to Kurt, Come Out PLA and 717 Rider. And I got to go into my USPS and actually type it in line by line, line by line. But you know what? Because of how long you guys have been waiting, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send out for Kurt 24 and Come Out PLA, I'll send your package tomorrow. And then for 717 Rider, I'll send it to you in 4 to 8 months. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'll send all of them out tomorrow. I need to just do the right thing and send them out. Come on, man. You know the thing. I know. Just not your package. One of y'all may get a jart. I'm serious. I am so tempted to send a jart to someone because I know you're going to smell it, you freaky little mofo. And I just want to see how well the jart will travel in the mail. If you've ever, the, the first thing that people do when they open an empty jar, especially if you give it to somebody like in the form of a gift, like, here you go, Dark, this is for you. And I see an empty jar. First thing I do is open it. What do? What was in it? What was it? I wonder what was in it. Well, the only way for me to figure out what was in it is look. And if there's nothing in there and I look, what am I going to do? Oh, like it smells like literal shit on the floor. Like yeah, a jart is jarred. I can't even say it. Jarred farts. Yes, farts in a jar. Mystery jar is wild card play for sure. Yes, jart, jart? Question mark. Yes, it is a fart in a jar. And man, the first time I heard that term, like I got people that come to my website and they like buy shit from DLD hardware, and then they like um they do a chargeback or say they didn't get it, even though you know damn well you got that shit, bro. Anyway, they say they didn't get it or whatever, right? Like um I've been toying with the idea of like I should just send them a jart, right? Because like when they get it, they're gonna be like, "Ooh, a gift," and then open it and then crack it open and be like, "That's weird." Like, bro, the worst smell of a concentrated fart just like into a freaking little tiny jar and then but there's like this subculture of dudes like just straight up simp, you know, cunt bags that actually purchase like female farts online. And I'll see, like, I didn't believe this, right? Like, chicks will literally go grab a jar and be like, right? And then they'll bust ass in it. And then they'll put in the ad, like, you know, I ate eggs and, and salad and like meat and like whatever. I'm like, like, this is like a real thing. Like, dudes get off on this shit, bro. Like, smelling butt gas, like you're rubbing one out to smelling someone's butt gas, like and they'll put butt gas, they'll put like little like a leaf or flower petals in there because I guess flower petals like hold in like the funk. Oh man, God bless. What has happened to us? Like the race of humans is just turned into this. Careful sending methane. That's true, dude. I saw this one video where this chick first off, the fart videos where chicks, you just see this like smoking hot chick and you're like damn, I wonder what she's gonna do. This one chick was at a coffee shop, right? Well, hold on, I'll save that. This one chick grabbed a jar and then like she was a good looking chick, right? and she like turns on the camera, and then she's sitting there with a jar, and then she straight turns around, puts it to her ass, and she's just like, I mean, it was like an epic, like just those bubble farts, right? And then she turns around and sticks one of the barbecue lighters like inside and lit it, and it was like, oh my god, that thing, whoosh, with flames, right? And it wasn't huge, right? But it's from a fart, bro. Like that's impressive. And coming from someone who reloads 37 millimeter and like fireworks and stuff, like that's impressive. Okay. Um, and sorry, I heard something. And there was another one where a chick was at like a coffee shop, and I guess like they had a mic for like, order for Ting Ting is ready. Order for Ting Ting is ready. Please come and pick up your soy chai latte frappa mocha at the window. I'm just kidding, Ting Ting. I know you would never order something like that. You drink whiskey off of the hair of the backs of, the strongest men I've ever met. And there was a mic sitting up at the coffee shop, and her like parents or mom or someone was in line, and she sets down the phone to record, and she runs away back to the little corner where they, call for the drinks to be ready, and she grabs the mic and then runs back over to her phone, and the lady's like, ma'am, you can't take that, that's not yours. And then she goes up to like right to the camera, holds it to her ass, and she's like in the microphone throughout the whole PA system in this coffee shop. And the lady's like, ma'am, you can't. And she busts out laugh. Dude, it was so epic. Like, loved it. Loved it. It was incredible. Bro, you never know. You never know, right? I don't eat tofu, so fuck you, DLD After Dark. Thank you. It was just a joke because people drink soy lattes and stuff like that. I don't. My biggest problem right now that I cannot stop drinking, and I know it's so bad for me, I cannot stop drinking Red Bull, man. Now I drink Red Bull once every day, but I still drink it every day. It's bad. Aside from that, I only drink water. I stopped drinking coffee and I drink water, but now I've replaced what I have for coffee for energy with Red Bull, and it's probably gonna kill me. And the elites think people are dumb for some reason. My butt makes noises. I know. But you know what? Sometimes you just gotta laugh at some ass gas. Ever go crop dusting at Walmart? I never actually had really successful crop dusting unless it was like totally catching like my wife off guard or something like that. The other day I was with my daughter, and she's got this attitude, man. She's 6, right? So she's got hella attitude for that age. And I mean, she's the most kind, awesome girl in the world, but she jokes around and she's got attitude, and she's a little badass. And she was kind of doing her little like like attitudey thing, right? So she was like, "Daddy, will you get that for me?" I was like, "You get it." She's like, you get it," like joking around. So I bent over to pick it up for her, and right when I did, I was like, "Oh, I got a like solid like 7 or a solid 8 of a fart right here." So I bent over, and I was like 3 feet from her face, and I was just like busted. She's like, "Oh, Dad!" And it's like, "Got him." So that's not crop dusting. That's actually ass gassing her face, and that's probably bad. And I probably shouldn't say that on YouTube, but alas, here we are. Um, farts have been and always will be funny, 100%. Yeah, I've never went to go fart and like sharted, but I have went to go fart and have jarted, if you know what I'm saying. Laugh at farts. Don't buy them to smell though. Yes, don't purchase ass gas. That's just general. That's a war crime. Dude. Okay, last thing, we're gonna end it here. Okay. Speaking of war crimes, best comment I've ever seen on a video was this dude. He does pest control, right? and this dude is like the god of pest control. So he went to go like remove these rats, right? And when he got there, he was like, "Bow to me, you." I'm just kidding. But he uses mink and dogs to dig up these rats. So I was watching this shit for like a straight hour, okay? And these mink are like vicious, and he trains them so well. They dig and burrow in the little holes, and they like flood them out with water, and the dogs catch the ones running out. But the mink actually go in there and they freaking like grapple and like rip these things to shreds. And you can hear the chewing and the and just like the breaking of the necks of the rats, and it's brutal, but I could not stop watching it. I forgot the name of the channel. Dude's got like 1.5 million subs. It's crazy. And when I was watching it, the mink are just so vicious. Like that shit just sticks with you, right? And one of the dudes, it was somebody in the comments left a comment. He was like you can't even imagine the types of war crimes that mink are committing underground right now. Like it's so bad and it's so foul and they're so vicious. They're just like these little miniature tigers that just destroy these rats. Like they are. But so here's the crazy thing, like uh he like trains them to even like work with the dogs, and like the minks don't bite the dogs anymore. Like they work with each other. Like the dogs will kind of like, when one gets a rat, one will like run up and it'll want to like start chewing, like playing tug of war with the rat. A lot of times they do, but some of the dogs actually like are like, all right, you got that, all right, teamwork, I'm gonna go back over here and wait for another rat to come out. Like it's crazy to watch that shit. Look up mink dog, just type in mink dog rat and you want, trust me, you're gonna find it. It's pretty crazy. Anyway, I'm hoping that this wasn't my last stream for my career. Oh, my career. Me just talking shit in front of a camera by myself. um I'm hoping that this doesn't shut my ish off. Y'all know what I'm saying, man. Anyway, in the end, there's a few things to go over in the very end, which are the most important things, which are the rules I believe are the best things to live by. Which is rule number one is to be kind, right? It's so important that we're kind. And hold on, I'm sorry. Let me stop. We have some awesome guests coming on here. Let me know if you guys, I had a few people be like, yo, we need like solo streams of just you, Dark. Like we miss you coming on and just talking with you. When you do interviews, we can't interact with you as much. So, we love the interviews. Like we had Clint from Classic Firearms, we had like Stephen Williford, all these awesome people, but we also want to just like talk to you every now and then, right? So let me know if you guys want to see, after the video posts, after I shut this off, leave some comments and let me know, what do you want to see? What changes do you want to see? What guests do you want to see? Somebody said something like Stephen Murphy, Charlie Murphy, or something like that. I forgot who that was. I think it was Toy Town Inc. that said that. So remind me who that is, and I'll go after whoever you guys want. Yeah, I feel we need dark time. I know, man. That's why I'm here. And that's why I didn't schedule a guest. But I do have like Black Diamond Guns and Gear coming on. I got some dope guests coming up in the future. And stay kind, stay courteous, stay strapped. Yeah, basically. Yeah, so I'll be doing, we do need to have Armitage back on, man. I could pop in if you need to fill a spot now. I can speak again, dude. It would honestly be really good to have you back on and kind of, hear how you're doing and whatnot. So we'll chat offline, you know what I'm saying? We you know what I'm saying? We got, we be talking. Okay, so with that said, let me know in a comment, because if you guys post comments after my stream is posted as a hard video, if you post comments, first off, I use those comments in the giveaways to give away like all kinds of like cool stuff that like we were talking about and showing off today. I don't do them all the time, right? I've only done a few actually, but I use those comments. So after this post, in just a few minutes, go on, post a comment, and I'll use those for the future giveaways. I always do, even if I have to enter in like 200 comments to do one giveaway like I did last time. I did 2 giveaways, but and then I just did 1 giveaway tonight. See, we be giving shit away, you know what I'm saying? More MGB. Yeah, okay. I'll have MGB back on. He's basically down like any time. Yeah, we're closing down right now. We're closing down right now. Bro, Gerchop, bro, doors open, dog. You can come on anytime. I'm coming on. I say, who even is you? I say, I actually saw a 1911 and 38 Super yesterday. It made me think of you. Anyway, so in closing, let's go ahead and wrap this up. So leave a comment. Let me know who you want to see on here, what changes you want to do. If you want to do, I kind of want to do like the dark lounge, right? Let me know if you want more dark coffee streams. I thought that was dope to like be able to sit and chill and just like drink a cup of coffee with you guys. But then it's not DLD after dark. It's dark coffee in the fucking morning. So let me know what you want to see, what guests you want on, and what kind of format changes you want, because I'm making some changes, and it's all for you guys. But anyway, in the end, the most important thing to follow are the rules, right? Make a set of rules for yourself and the standards and expectations for you, yourself, your loved ones, like the way that you desire to live. That shit is super important. And the rules that I like to share with you guys are: rule number 1 is to be kind. It's so important that we're kind in everything that we do. That brief moment of interaction, that brief interaction you have with somebody else could have a massive impact on their life. So just be kind, right? Don't be a dirtbag. Rule number 2 is to live a life of care, compassion, contribution, give to others, right? When you bless others, you become blessed. That's the way that the world works. A hand that's open to give is open to receive. So, in my opinion, that's the best way to live. Rule number 3, because we know the only way for us to defeat evil is with good men skilled in violence, make sure that you're becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be, and be safe, be dangerous, and keep the thing on you. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. I appreciate all you guys. Leave a comment after this post so you can help destroy this YouTube algorithm. It would be mighty helpful. And just like I said, I love all you guys. And I'm looking for somebody to help me do a new intro. I want somebody to take the footage of me interviewing like IV8888, Brandon Herrera, Print Shoot Repeat, like all some of the biggest names I've had on here, and do like a mashup with like some dope ass like music in the background, like you know what I'm saying? Something like that. What do y'all think? Huh? You want to do it? All right, cool. Let's do it. No, for real though. Like for real. If there's somebody out there that could help me do that, 717, I think we were talking about doing something like that. That would be effing dope. That would rock if somebody could help me do that. If 717, if it's you, it's you. But all we would need is to take the videos of me interviewing these like dope ass people, mash them up, make a little intro, and then use it. It would have to be music that's not copywritten though. So it would have to be like, something like that, like generic music. Night all 69 likes, nice. Jart Sniffa, later y'all. Gerchop would be an interesting show for real. We'd be able to figure out. I could have Danny Meatball back on. We've had him on twice. That's a good explosive show. If y'all are down to discuss the entertainment and the intellectual aspect of explosives, man, that is a dope show. Let's just say after that show, I quit sugar and I started stocking up on erythritol, tetranitrate. Anyway, Dark got a bunch of clips already cut. Also, oh hell yeah, that's what's up, man. Thank you. PSR would be dope. So I had PSR on. I did talk to him about doing something else. So I actually bought him something. They're little mints of who's that painter? Bob Ross. They're Bob Ross mints. So I'm gonna shoot that over to his PO box as a little surprise, But we'll be having Black Diamond Guns of Gear. We'll be having we got a bunch of people coming on. So we'll have MGB back. We'll have all y'all. You know what it is. DLD After Dark. And hopefully YouTube just doesn't remove me forever from the platform. I love you guys. Be nice. Be kind. Don't be dirtbags. Stay strapped or get clapped. You know what it is. Love y'all. Bye. Bro, and leave a comment. Leave a comment, dude. Leave a comment. I use the comments for giveaways. Leave a comment. Leave a comment.